It's hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the Level Unlock Podcast.
Happy
episode
Easter!
12, Easter edition.
Happy Easter!
Easter special. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter,
did Easter
James.
Bunny-
Happy Easter, Jeff.
Did the Easter Bunny visit you guys today?
Visit my kids.
Okay, cool.
So that's a plus. That's definitely a
No,
plus.
I messed up my whole day.
Now you had it right. You enjoyed your day off by sleeping.
Yeah, that's what.
So don't think you messed it up because you
No.
you did it
I
right.
had plans. I was gonna have food and hunt for Easter eggs that had shots in them, and
Ooh.
Ah, that'd be
missed
pretty
out
cool.
on awesomeness. Yeah, my boss invited me to come hang out, and god damn this freaking ugh. I ended up sleeping.
Nah, it's all
Hey,
good.
you know, sleep.
And then
sleep
I woke
for the
up and
good.
felt like trash.
Yeah, I've been that way too sometimes where you sleep a little too long
Yeah.
and it's kind of like, now I want to go back to bed, but I can't, and I shouldn't.
Legitimately annoyed about it though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
I don't know,
good,
man. This damn server thing, dude. I mean, I freaking. You guys know the story of what's his name? That really popular Twitch guy. Like the most popular Twitch guy out there.
Ninja?
Yeah, Ninja. How he would miss out on all kinds of family events and all kinds of other stuff, and it's just like, did he do it on purpose or not? Because I'm addicted to this stuff, and it's messing my whole world up.
Well, there was that one guy who finally took a break after streaming for 2,000 days straight.
Yeah, he took one day off and went right back at it the next day.
Yeah, he like missed like birthdays and holidays and even someone's like a birth of his child.
But you got to remember too, though, one of the pieces is that comes into this is that you're not doing it to be an asshole. You're not like skipping all these things just to skip them. Like you're trying to make a living doing this. Like you want this to become your career.
You got to make
and
some
you got to work at it.
sacrifices.
Yeah, and like Ninja and stuff like that, he didn't have 265,000 subscribers.
265,000.
Exactly, you know. Yeah, sorry, 265,000. There we go. He didn't get that by like, hey guys, I'm gonna hang out today, things like that. No, he gamed for 16 hours a day from, I think it was like 8 a.m. to 4 Central.
That's crazy.
From 8 to 1 a.m.
Yeah, but still finding the balance, man.
Yeah,
it is, and it's hard.
That shit will kill you.
It comes with time, and it will. It'll wear on you, and that's probably a big reason why he doesn't do it as much anymore. One, he doesn't need to. He's a freaking millionaire.
He's making that cash money.
No, he's making bank. But at the same time, you gotta, as long as people understand and know what you want to do and what you want to accomplish, it's like, yeah, not having that outside life can suck. But at the same time, when you are a millionaire, you can look back and be like, okay, yeah, I had to make sacrifices to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody got to where they were by accidentally falling into it.
Yeah.
There probably is. Don't get me wrong. There might be somebody who shouldn't have been famous that is.
Those are the outliers.
Yeah.
No, we'll think about Chocolate Rain. I mean,
Chocolate rain.
Things like that. Like
I watched a video of that dude playing TF2. It was gold. It was gold.
Like the D's Nuts guys, like that became an instant sensation. Got him. Things like that.
Stop talking about dead memes.
Well, I'm just for in general, those people have a ton of money now because of this stuff. But the majority of people have to work for it. So yeah, it sucks. But at the end of the day, you make this server and it becomes a hit. Like that's
Bingo,
huge
bango,
on you.
spoingo.
Like, do you know how much? If I don't know, you probably don't know, but the people that are currently doing that server that you're in, like, I'm assuming they're making some money off of it.
No, not really. I mean, they have a Patreon set up and stuff. Like, that's how that stuff works, is through Patreon accounts and, you know, and then, because that's the thing, is a lot of people that set up the servers, some of them don't even stream.
Mm-hmm.
So some people are doing it a bunch of different ways. With this specific thing, like, there's people that will contact, you know, Pepsi or whoever owns Mountain Dew.
Beppis.
And, yeah, huh?
Beppis.
Pepis. And what they'll do is they'll put like the Pepsi on the shelf in the game, and then people are streaming it, and Pepsi gives them some money for it.
And it all can come down to that. Yeah. And you got to think too, like these servers just didn't pop out of nowhere. They put time, they put skill. Like the server that has,
God bless them.
What is it? The average 100,000 people from the Summit and the other guy, the China
Pixel servers.
Like that stuff. Like you know that server's racketing some cash.
Probably.
But at the same time, it didn't happen overnight. Like they just didn't put boom, here you go, here's a server, go play.
Yeah.
Like it took time, it took effort. Yep. Like this game, for instance, like we were talking about it a couple podcasts ago. This is a 6-year-old game that literally out of nowhere, like a month, like probably like 3 months ago,
blew back up.
So from point A to point B, there was a huge time gap. 6 years
for Fortnite to become popular.
Yeah, Fortnite came along, all those other games came along, like God of War, things along those lines, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, a not new game, a 6-year-old game, skyrocketed
blows
to the
everything
top
else out of the way
because somebody put time, someone put effort into that server to make it worth people's while to want to play it. So you break it down like that, like.
Well, Mark is the main wizard. Mark is fucking. He's teaching me stuff as we go.
He's a goddamn wizard.
To it. He is. That's what I keep saying.
And that's the thing. Then you can take that knowledge and bring it into Ark, like you always wanted to, and things along those lines, and kind of increase, because you already know how to make servers. You already did with Ark. Right. But then you just take that and grow with it. But yeah, no, that's something to always think about. It's never a waste, because at the end of the day, that you're doing what you want to do, and you're doing what you want to love, to not have to work physically outside of what you're doing. And that's the end goal. Not everybody's end goal, but I would say the majority of ours.
It's a passion project.
Exactly. But
yeah, hell of a passion project.
It really is.
What, man? I will tell you what. Every time you turn around, there's different stuff to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's super, super intricate. But you'll get there. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, kind of dove right in there, which is that's what we're all about. But anyways, welcome to the Level Unlock podcast. Going 164 downloads strong, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you all for that. That is absolutely epic, and we can't thank you guys enough.
Soon we'll get that epic victory royale.
Exactly.
In the podcast world.
I am Jeremy, Captain _Geach 15 Walker, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and on Instagram, just Captain Geach 15. What about you, James?
I'm on Twitter at People810, YouTube People8 Studios, and Twitch People8 Studios.
Perfect. And then Mr. Schroeder.
Yep, I'm on YouTube, Splash Screen Gaming, Twitch, Splash Screen Game, everything Splash Screen Gaming, Facebook, YouTube,
good stuff,
Twitch, Instagram.
Thank you. So, how's everyone doing? I know we kind of dove right in there, which is a good thing. So how's your day going, James? How's your week, I should say?
Well, my week has been filled with disappointment and disgust with Steam. Being
your tweet.
Being productive, as you can see now. I have some stuff. I made a shelf all by myself, and I only swore about 20 times.
Putting it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I was about to put my fist through that wall. I was having a livid time. And then I also got a Banjo-Kazooie. I found a laminated Banjo-Kazooie poster or snippet from a Nintendo Power magazine I picked up at Too Many Games a few years back, and I decided to get that framed. AC Moore had that frame on sale for like $3. I was like, hell yeah!
I know the perfect thing to use that for.
Exactly. I brought it into AC Moore and everything. I'm like, I'm gonna get me a frame, and I saw it. I was like, ooh, that's cheap.
It looks good though. I like the video game nostalgia you got going on there. It's pretty epic.
Yeah, I got some amiibos. I got an anime thing. I got Kirby. I got Nathan Drake. I got everything right there. Man,
I like it.
I got everything.
Nice.
Shit.
Other than that, I played a little bit of Game Dev Tycoon. That game is fun. Making video games. Running a video game company. What? Game Dev Tycoon.
I don't know.
At least I think that's what it's called. Hold on. Let me. Oh, it's not on there. Yeah, I think it's Game Dev Tycoon. Basically, it's a tycoon game where you're a guy who like runs a video game company. Your character runs a video game company, and basically you have to follow like trends and that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's one of those games that I'll play almost nonstop for like a week, and then just jump right off of it. Be like completely done.
Yeah, I had enough.
Yeah. Been thinking about a first game to review, and I think I know what it is.
What do you want to do?
It's probably going to be one of my JoJo games on PS2. So.
I have no idea what that is.
Get a little bit of anime in my life. More anime.
It sounds familiar, but I just...
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I probably talked to you about 100 times about it.
Yeah, you have. You're right.
There's this one kid at work. Every time I see him, I have to go up to him, and I'm like, so man, there's this one part in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I basically told him the entire story of that. One of these days, I'll do an anime corner about it. That's gonna be fantastic. Your microphone's on. There we go.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Me scusies.
Watching a lot of Sopranos too. That's a good show. Good fucking show. And watch something for Anime Corner that me and Walker will talk about after this.
Yeah. What about you, Schroeder? I kind of know we kind of talked about it before we started and kind of segued right into the podcast talking about it. But
yeah, man, you already know what I've been doing like the last 100 weeks in a row. No, I've just been digging super deep into it. I'm learning as much as I can about the science that is coding these mods. It's actually interesting. The more and more you stare at it, it starts to make sense.
Coding
just takes a while.
From my time doing coding in high school, coding is simultaneously the most satisfying and infuriating thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh, it really is. I took a class on it.
Yeah, it's very
as well as the world was coding masters when MySpace was around too. So can't forget about that.
Oh yeah, I remember those days.
And everyone forgot.
I didn't have I don't think I had internet at the time, but I had a MySpace page. So I would go over to the local library all the time and update my MySpace page there.
Could you imagine where we would be if everyone took that knowledge that we learned how to modify our MySpace page
or make a fucking fucking GeoCities page? Yeah.
That was insane. So what's your end goal with this mod, Schroeder? Like, what kind of game are you trying to produce? Kind of like what you're already in, where you have jobs, which I'm assuming because it's all role playing, so you're gonna have jobs. But, is there something extra you want to do that the others might not have, or?
What's your end goal? Yeah. I want to try.
I don't know how much you can talk about right now, but.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I haven't played too many other servers, but I've played one that was really pretty decent, and ours is pretty close to its skill set, or its goodness. But more community events, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm going for. Is really the big reason I want to do it is because I want to produce lore video, or not lore videos, but I want to produce like machinima type stuff just for the fun of it. Like that's what I've been trying to do for years now, it seems. And
go ahead. Sorry.
So ultimately, I want to create a whitelisted server that is used for YouTube videos and for streaming RP stuff. Like that's the ultimate goal, but it takes a while to get there because once you open the doors up so that people can use it, which we're not at that level yet, we're almost there. We're actually going to open up beta, like a beta idea I think next week.
Nice.
So that people can run around in it and try to find the broken stuff and the bugs, and
that's important.
So we can tie up the loose ends. But there's a ton of different like little tiny detail stuff that needs to be done. Like for example, when I produce a job, like that's what I spent the last all day doing. Is there's so many different pieces to it. Like there's the database where the game lives on the server, and then from there you have the client side things, the server side things. I mean, it's just, dude, there's so many it's just so many little details involved. And like for instance, today I've just been trying to figure out how to decipher the code for, like, I made a job, and you get to the point where you click a button and you're supposed to put the uniform on, and I'm trying to get the damn uniform to work, but there's like nothing online about it, and I don't know. I don't even, to get into it, there's so much to it. It's insane. But so to answer your question directly, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm going for, is a public RP.
Are you going to play along with everybody? Like basically just are you looking to have one heap story, or people can have their own stories at the same time?
People are going to be able to have their own stories for sure, but I do want the server itself to have an overarching thing going on too.
I got you. Like one main storyline, but each character or person might have their own separate story that eventually they start intertwining with each other in a sense.
And to some extent, I don't know what the other guys' thoughts are on it, but it's the Uncle Hoax, the story of the gutter oil.
Gotta love
the gutter oil enterprise. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Like I got all this stuff in mind, like a whole like a weekly community-driven event type system. I have in mind to set up, and like eventually, you poison the water supply with gutter oil, and then, and then
oh shit,
and then for like a couple days, we're gonna put the mod on that. There's actually a mod that turns Grand Theft Auto into like a zombie apocalypse game.
Oh,
I've seen those.
So like the gutter oil is gonna poison everybody. So if for a couple days we'll be playing that, the whole city's just zombies everywhere. Like I don't know, like a bunch of that type of thing.
So that's interesting. That'd be really cool though. That would be fucking rad.
So for those, in case anyone's intrigued, like as to like how you mod this, so essentially you're given the game, like you're given the game on a platform and says, here you go, here's Grand Theft Auto 5, and now I'm assuming your job is to then take pieces and either edit them out or edit them in, such as the jobs, things along those lines. And you physically have to, are you given the code? Like, can you just take it offline, copy, paste, put it in the game, and then you're done?
Well, all right. So for, as an example, they downloaded a pack that had a bunch of working, well, I can't say all of them were working. Some of them were working. Some of them were not working, but they were jobs. So you get into the server, you go to the place to get the job, you get the job, then you go to the location where the job's supposed to be, click a button, put on a uniform, click another button, get in your vehicle, and then you drive to a spot. You typically, like the one I'm working on is just deliveries. So you get there, you hit E when you reach a circle, and you move on to the next location. And it's random. There's a big list of places it could take you, and they're all random. Or it will randomly have you go to these different places. Well, as an example, like some of the jobs that we've been working on, the circles are either too high or too low. Like I'm working on a post office job is what his dude is, or the job I'm working on right now. So I drive around to the spot and I'm like, I get to where it tells me to go and I'm looking around and there's no damn circle. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then right in the middle of the park where a car can't even get to, like 20 feet in the air,
that's where you're supposed to go.
Circle. Yeah, that's where I'm supposed to go. So as a UPS driver, so then I got to go into the configuration file and change the way, change the XYZ on the location of that. So yes, and then if you want to build a whole nother job, it's a lot of copy and pasting. So I could take that whole script, copy it, make a duplicate, stack it in the stack, and then as long as I point the right stuff, because you have to take that file and basically point to the database directory, the job list directory, the job grade directory. Then you have the configure. Then there's 3 or 4 different configuration files that need to be putzed with, and you kind of decipher it by staring at it.
Where do you find these? Like, do you write them yourself, or did someone kind of make a template of it, and you can then take it and kind of piece it together on your own?
Somebody else already made the. A lot of times, you can download the mods from a source, and then once you get them, you can customize them. And that's what, and a lot of them are broken, so they need fixed. I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of little things, and a ton of them are in French.
Bonjour.
I've learned more French this last week or so.
Dude, hit me up. I know French.
Do you? Yeah, I know a little bit of French now.
I know. I can fuck my way through a conversation. I can bullshit my way through a conversation.
So, say you want to... How hard is it? You want to develop your own mod by yourself that has no template. How hard is that to do? I'm assuming by your look, it's literally pretty impossible unless you're like a coder.
I mean, there's a lot of tutorials on stuff. See, that's the thing is you'll have to watch like a tutorial video on how to do something else and then try to use the information from that to build the other thing. You know what I mean? Like that seems to be, but if you wanted to make you have to know scripting and code to get it to work.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine how fuck it is.
Mark does most of it. Basically, Mark's like, all right, this is how you do this one. And all of the other ones in this list should work like that.
So essentially, if people want to do that, you got to pretty much be like a video game developer in a sense, like the ones that physically make the games and write them.
No, you just got no code.
Yeah, that's true.
You just got no code. You have to know how to read the syntax.
So how far away do you think you are before it's released? I know you said you're doing like a beta. Who's that being released to?
To all the people we personally know.
Gotcha.
And then if the people we personally know have friends that they trust, then they can jump in too.
So essentially, you give them a code, and that allows them to come inside their server, kind of like Minecraft and all that stuff.
No, it's gonna be released. It's gonna be open to the public, so anybody can join it. But we're not gonna promote it or anything.
I gotcha.
So we're only gonna promote it to the people we know. There's a huge list of potential servers, so we might get a couple people that just come through, but that's not a big deal.
I've done beta testing a lot. I've done like open betas and open alphas a lot. I can find bugs, man.
Yeah. What kind of bugs do you think there'll be? Just when you go to do a job, like the game glitches, it shuts down, or
no, nothing like that. You go like for instance, the bug where that location I had to get to was 20 feet in the air and off to the side, like bugs like that.
And that's all in the coding. So then someone tells you about this bug, then you have to go into the coding and try to figure out where that's at, correct? If I'm getting it, right?
Yeah, but like if it's an issue like that, it's pretty straightforward. If somebody came to me and told me that was the problem, I would know how to fix that pretty quick. I could probably get that fixed in like 10, 15 minutes.
What would be some like like crazy bugs. Like something that just might be completely off, like to left field. That like shit. I'm not.
Yeah, the phone stops working.
No, okay.
You're not getting money.
Yeah. For some reason, the database decides that it doesn't want to link the jobs. Like the job's paying you, but the money isn't going in your wallet. So it registers that you're getting paid, but it's not actually adding money to your inventory.
God, I can't even imagine the stress of that.
Because that's when people come to you and start freaking out, right? Like, where's my money?
Yeah, that's when that would probably happen. Something like that, yeah.
And how do you know how you like fix that, or is like, sorry, bro, there's nothing.
That would be something I'd have to ask Mark about. Like, Mark is the wizard for sure. I'm just like,
I gotcha.
Like I said, there's a few things I know how to do, but I only really have a fair amount of experience in developing jobs and messing with a little bit of UI stuff.
I gotcha.
The other day he was teaching me, and we did successfully do like a couple of them, but I would need to do them a couple more times to like get that knowledge to stick in my brain. But we added it's adding items to the stores. Nice. So when you go to the store, so like for example, the type of jobs that I'll feel pretty good in my knowledge base when I can from scratch build a job that requires you get the job, you go to the circle, you put on a custom outfit, then you go to a custom car, then you go to some custom locations where you're acquiring items, and then you bring those items to a location that combines them into another item, and then you take that item and sell it. When I can successfully do that, that's when I'll be like, yeah, I got that.
So is that kind of like your end game? Is that kind of like your end game here, where on top of streaming, you want to be able to build these mods and servers for everyone to play, and that's kind of like what you're going after when it's all said and done?
Well, I've always tried to. I really kind of try to approach this whole streaming concept as a team thing.
Yeah.
So to some extent. So like I'm cool with sitting in the backs, in the backfield while Mark figures out the science. I want to learn it as I go. Yeah. So eventually, it would be cool if I could run my servers on my own. But right now I'm happy with just being able to learn the maintenance end of it and making the YouTube videos. As far as the deeper ends of the pool, it's kind of like the difference between a CA and ARA.
Yeah,
like, I'm cool with doing the CA stuff. As far as the ARA stuff goes,
that's all you, bro.
Yeah,
you go ahead and remove those viruses.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll show them how to use their Microsoft Office.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I think it's going to be absolutely epic, and it's going to be cool. It's going to, I think, launch a whole new channel in terms of especially for viewers, things along those lines, because now like kind of gearing in a different direction, which is phenomenal, and that's I think it's gonna end up being big.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be fun.
No, I think so too.
Yeah, I've loaded, and it's cool too because I've loaded up some stuff so that anybody can.
I didn't want to be seen on camera, so she maybe blocked the camera.
No. Yeah.
Just cover me up. I don't want to be seen.
What the hell was I just about to say?
Sorry.
That's fine. I don't.
It'll come back.
Sorry.
Yeah, it'll come back.
1 second. Okay.
So Walker, Jeff, are you done?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, when it's all said and done, my channel will definitely be a lot of that when it's all finished.
It's gonna be epic.
I'll be streaming a lot. Yeah, I'll be streaming a lot when that thing is finally finished.
That's awesome. Do you have like, I know you said you're doing the beta test, but like, is there a day that you want to release it to everybody?
I tried talking to Mark a little bit about that yesterday, and he's like, he doesn't even know. We don't know. It just depends. The only thing I'm not sure with Marky is if we should keep adding more things or if we should start like really ironing out the details. I think he really likes adding stuff and playing with new stuff. Because he's added so many things. You can hunt.
Oh, nice.
You can hunt and skin animals. You can rob houses.
That's cool.
You can rob people. You can buy, sell, distribute, produce drugs, all kinds. There's even a whole thing for like body part harvesting. I'm
Jesus Christ!
Why?
Jesus
Why?
Christ!
Why? What else is in there?
Mark's
other cool
fucking
things
amazing.
he's added. He's so good at what he does too.
I think you guys should iron out the stuff that you have now, and then just slowly like trickle down anything like new updates and stuff like that, new stuff that you can do after that. That's
because
at
there's
least
always
my
updates
2
to add
steps.
more stuff down the road. You know.
Yeah. Plus, the longer this stuff exists, the better the things that come out will be. Because a lot of things, like this whole modding GTA has been around for a couple years.
Yeah.
And
big.
yeah, so there's a lot of mods out there that are simply just not functional because the people built them 2 years ago and then they don't really mess with it anymore. So a lot of them are like that, and tons of them are in French. So many are in French. So the doge?
Yeah.
The dog.
Doge.
Dog. So I mean, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. It just depends on
how everything's looking.
Yeah. I like, for instance, I spent the entire day just trying to figure out how to make it so that when you hit the button, like I kind of got it. It works, sort of. Like I figured it out so that, like when you're flipping through the different outfit pieces, you can hit enter on the same outfit item and it'll give you a different color.
Oh.
And so you can have a hat, it's a baseball cap, and then you hit enter on that baseball cap again, and now you have a blue one, then a green one, then a gray one, And I figured out how to get it to the menu item for the baseball cap, but I can't figure out how to get it to switch the colors. And I've spent hours trying to figure it out, and it's probably something that Mark's hanging out with his family tonight and stuff, so I'm not bothering him at all, but it's probably going to be something where when he comes back, he's going to be like, oh, this is super easy. All you do is click this and that and that. It's over here. Or even better, put the costume on. This is what I tried doing. Putting the costume on my own character and then leaving the server and looking at my character's like outfit in the database and copying that over. Well, I did that, but that also copies the skin. So your character could be a chick, and then you go to be the UPS driver, and now you're me. So it's like,
oops,
that didn't work.
Wow,
so that drive me crazy. And the thing is, too, it'll say like baseball cap, and then it will say baseball cap like 3 times in 3 different areas in it, and there are 3 different sets of codes, and I'm like, which one is it actually using? And what the hell are these other ones even here for? Like, why? If this
doesn't make any goddamn sense.
What the shit? So I don't know, man. I was like before I jumped on here, I was on. I think I was on to something, but I don't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's gonna be awesome when it gets released. Fast. So yeah, make sure you definitely let us know when it's up.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know. You motherfuckers aren't gonna play it though.
Yeah,
hey,
I will be like, yeah, I'll be on, and then
we never show up.
Hey man, I will buy GTA 5 on like good old game or G2A.
Yeah,
for that.
I have it. I just haven't played it yet. I will get on it. I promise.
It's fun. It is a good time.
Awesome.
Especially if we can get people like. If we can fill all 32, if we can fill all 32 slots, that'd be amazing. Like, because when you do have a server, there's people that have 120 slots.
Jeez.
So there's 120 people running around on the server on Grand Theft Auto.
Christ.
Like Richards, where you at? We need your computer.
Things. I know, right? Where's his
fucking hell?
Totally use him.
That's awesome.
So like,
he's been doing something like that.
He might be.
I haven't really seen him on. He's got nothing else to do. He's just sitting at home. So
help me with this damn server, fucking
Mike. Mr. Richards. Wonder how he's doing.
Yeah, I know. I miss him. I miss him and Ebes.
Yeah, Ebes is a great dude.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. So hopefully about 2 weeks or so it'll be up and ready, and we'll start inviting people to come and check it out. But yeah, if we could get like, I can't wait for us to fill the server, and then there's people, because I want to have like gang wars, and I want to have like
that'd be awesome
server parties. I have this whole idea about getting like 10, 15 people, and then going to one location and doing a bunch of stuff, and then going to the next one and party boat, and it's a bunch of stupid shit. But
that'll be fucking epic.
I I can't afford that shit in real life, so I'll play it. And
hey man, that's the point of role playing, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll be right back. I got my headset
on. For me, I haven't been on in 2 weeks. Last week I was sick, and I started this week off sick, so that's a plus. But I refuse to miss another podcast. It's all the fast food and shit that I been eating since moving here. And the thing is, though, I haven't even tried anything out of the ordinary. It's all fucking chain restaurants.
So you haven't even had like anything really good? Because this is like, no, this is. Was this the second podcast that you've been in Arizona?
Yeah. Well.
The second.
Second.
Yeah.
I missed last week. So.
Yeah, you missed last week, so this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry, but yeah. So that's it's been a whirlwind. But yeah, I haven't. I've had. My wife's mad. She can see herself. Chick-fil-A. Hungry Howie's, Chipotle, Olive Garden.
Motherfucker, you're in Arizona. Get actual, like, you know...
There's authentic
Mexican food. Don't go to fucking Chipotle.
Dude, there's so many Italian, like...
Oh, yeah, no.
Look to be, like, fucking amazing Italian, like, pizza shops, things like that. No, I'm just getting Hungry Howie's and Pizza Hut.
Yeah, there's, like, two places that Italians like to hang out in, and that's Arizona and New York.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't had any the heat. It's nice. They like the weather.
See, the older Italians go to Arizona. The older Italians like to go there.
Yeah, I haven't got to experience the Arizona cuisine just because I've been eating freaking chain restaurants. It's just I haven't even had In-N-Out Burger, which is a West Coast only thing. But yeah, so like last night I think it was the only thing I ate was unless it's the water, but who knows. Very well could be. Very well could be the water, but yeah, woke up puking, felt like crap all day.
That's no bueno.
Went on a walk though, which is kind of nice, but
you enjoying the cold weather over there?
Actually, the other day it actually did get kind of cold.
How cold?
It was like 70.
Yeah, it was kind of cold down here too. It was like 65, 70. I'm like, oh, I need my coat.
Yeah. It's 46 degrees outside right now. So
it's 81 here right now.
So okay,
it's a little breezy.
So the day after we had those tornadoes and shit, it fucking
that was some crazy weather you guys had.
It fucking snowed. The day after the tornadoes, I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Eerie weather.
That's nuts.
You guys can eat my fucking asshole.
I don't want to live there.
70 degrees, 60-degree weather.
But no, I wore not this cutoff, but one like it outside, and it was like 70 degrees, and everyone here, and Schroeder can attest to that. It's winter for them. That's cold. Like the one lady's like, "You're crazy. It's like 70 degrees."
Well, yeah, she's like fucking probably she's probably 100 goddamn years old. She's probably gonna die tomorrow. They're always cold.
But no, it's 70 degrees to people in
pansies.
Like, that explains why I'm always cold.
Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California, Florida. Like these weathers, like when it gets below 70, it's freezing. They're wearing jackets, they're wearing pants, long sleeves, hats,
hoodies,
and I fucking look like a goddamn tourist. But I will say, when it did get 70 degrees, I was cold. So I will point that out.
You probably heard that eye roll over my microphone.
I did really. I did
70 fucking degrees. It was 70 degrees, almost 70 the other day, and I'm like, "Ooh boy, nice. I am warm in this t-shirt and pant and jeans."
Yes,
I'm burning up.
In pant and jeans.
Yesterday it was 98. So that's the hottest it's been so far.
Jesus.
And then
can't wait for the summer, right? When it's like 100 something.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 95 and 90. And there's no humidity, so it's not like
it's not like bad.
It's like I'm getting fried. Like my shoulders are getting absolutely obliterated right now. but it's not like.
See, that's the thing I hate.
It's hot. You can feel it, but you can feel your skin like melting.
That's the thing I hate about here is that we just have such high humidity because being right on the lake.
So you open the door and it's like.
Yeah, like 90 degrees feels like 120.
Oh, it fucking takes your breath away.
Yeah, it kills you.
It's rough, but yeah, it's been super hot. Haven't got to explore much. Went on a sometime this week though. I definitely want to go back up the mountains and stuff. My parents are here now, so that's why one of the reasons why I couldn't do it Sunday. The podcast last Sunday, then we moved it to Monday, and I got sick anyway, so that didn't make a difference. So it didn't really do me justice regardless. But they're here now, so that helps. That'll help for my my streaming and gaming end of it, because now my mom can watch the boys, so that will help me be able to get back into the rhythm of things, where it's been like so spotty when I stream now. It sucks.
Yeah, dude, it happens, man, going through seasons like that.
So in the 3 hours, man, it's rough. Like we talked about the other the last podcast that I was on.
It's 7:30 there right now.
Yeah, at 7:30. I started this at 6:30.
It's probably still light out.
No, because there's no daylight savings.
So
it automatically gets dark every day at 6:55. So that's the shitty thing about living here. It's sunny at 5:20 every morning, and the sun sets at 6:55. It's like clockwork. It doesn't set earlier. It doesn't set later. And it sucks because I have to fucking cover my face with a pillow because the sun's blaring in my goddamn window. But yeah, because of the no daylight savings time, I don't have like where you guys the sun in July, the sun won't set till 9.
Yeah, it was like 8:30. I looked outside. I'm like, it's still light out.
Yeah, that's not here. Weird. It's clockwork. Same thing every day. If we had daylight savings time, technically right now it would be 6:30 here. So we'd be pushed back even more. Daylight savings time ends because what is it? You jump forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be 8:30 here if we had daylight savings. So I'd only be 2 hours behind you guys. But Arizona, the governor was like, fuck you guys, I'm not doing that shit.
Shit's stupid.
That's exactly what he said. He thought it was a horrible idea and thought it was the dumbest thing. So Arizona participated in daylight savings time for one summer, and the government was like, nope, fuck you, government. We're not included.
This is dumb.
Which is crazy.
Like, this is stupid.
Which is weird that he has you wouldn't think hey, this is a countrywide thing. Everyone's participating, and the governor of Arizona was like, no, I'm good, bro.
Well, what are they going to do about it? What's the government going to do? What do they care?
Yeah. But it's just crazy that they actually... Well, back then, too, it was in the 1920s when it got established for World War I. The politics and how everyone cared about the government was way different than it is now. Way different. I'm pretty sure people didn't give two shits back then. Because we were still fighting a war against each other, so...
Yep.
But no, the times we had stream, obviously Call of Duty, World War Z.
Oh, we could talk about that later in a bit. Do you want to talk about that for the news? We could talk about that for the news. Very,
very interesting game to say the least. It is. It's like a new age.
I can't wait to talk about it.
James has a loving passion for the game.
A very loving passion.
By being super sarcastic. But no, for the most part, it's been a pretty chill couple weeks. Heart goes out to the Notre Dame, that kind of
Notre Dame.
Dude,
Crazy.
to get real for 2 seconds, that shit affected me in a really weird way. I don't know why. I couldn't stop watching it. It was very strange, and I'm not religious at all.
Yeah.
I was like, it's weird.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah.
It kind of makes you think it's like, fuck, everything's too short. Like what am I doing with my life? So that's what I gotta, and that's what and then me getting sick today, I'm like, I vowed to myself that I need to start losing weight, because I was losing weight in Texas.
Were you?
And then we moved. Yeah, I was. I lost 25 pounds.
How? Okay, so you are the only person that I know that can lose weight just as fast as you can gain it.
It's just, I don't know. My metabolism's fucking insane. I think it's just from all the times now that my fucking roller coaster of weight loss and weight gain.
Yeah.
Because when we started the podcast, because what was it? Because I moved in March. So, what was it? From November, like maybe October, November, December, or November, December, January into February, I lost 25 pounds. I was eating healthy.
Holy shit.
And then I moved here and had to taste all the amazing Arizona cuisine, Hungry Howie's, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle. Completely non cuisine
lifestyle.
So I think I can count on a hand, maybe both my hands, of how many times I've actually made food inside the house since I've been here. And we've been here for over a month. That's how bad that is. So I know for a fact that I've gained all that weight right back.
Yep.
And when I order a pizza, like I'll order Nicole her own pizza, which she doesn't eat. She only eats like maybe a couple slices, and I'll order myself my own, and I'll eat the whole thing. And she was like, "Why the fuck don't we just share?" I'm like, "I don't know, because we can't."
I remember the times when I could eat an entire pizza by myself, but now it's like I have like 2 or 3 slices, and I'm like, I'm done. I can't eat anymore.
But yeah, it's been like, oh. Yeah, I know for a fact, I haven't weighed myself since we've been here, but I know for a fact that I probably gained a very large chunk of it back.
All that work for nothing.
Pretty much. So I definitely want to get back into that realm, just because obviously just in general it's better for you. And being here though, it's weird. I don't know if it's allergies or something here, but my nose has not stopped running, and it's always stuffed up. Like right now, this nostril I can't breathe out of. But it's been an adventure. I had I don't know if I told you guys this, my corporate interview for that call center job.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had that or not yet.
One?
Yeah.
Yep, I had that a week and a half ago at this point.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything. Dude, this is seriously the longest process I've ever been a part of in my life. It's insane. I haven't checked my email to see maybe he messaged me on Friday because I have off. I highly doubt he's going to message me for Saturday or Sunday.
Probably not.
But yeah, so I am waiting for that. I don't know if I'll get it because the guy, I fucked up in the interview because he was like, I'm an open book. Just ask me whatever question you want. Doesn't matter what it is. And I was like, okay, I just had a question about the call center environment. Like what are some of like the policies there? Like what's like the dress code and stuff like? And I'm like, why the fuck did I just ask that? And then he was like, let me stop you right there. I'm going to be brutally honest. So I was looking at your stuff and you never worked in a call center. So it's going to be very hard for you to get this job.
Oof.
And I was like, well, why is that? And he was like, well, because it's a different beast. You're working with 20, 30 people in a very close-knit quarters that you don't have a lot of movement. And then I rebutted with being a part of Geek Squad that we're in a 20 by 20 space, which is smaller than a call center. I had 25 agents at one point. And he was like, oh, okay. And then so I kind of
challenged him.
Kind of worked my way through it, I suppose. So, and then I ended it with that despite not being a part of it, because he asked me like, what are some of your challenges? And I'm assuming your number one challenge is you never worked in a call center before, so you're gonna have to learn that. And I was like, well, I would technically say that's my number 2 challenge. And then I talked about how my number 1 challenge would be there's going to be people that obviously apply for this job at the call center who don't get it. And then some Joe Schmo that comes from the outside gets the position. They're going to be pissed. And then I talked about South Carolina, how I was the white Yankee from the North, and all that crap. And
just coming in, acting like he owns the place.
Taking our jobs.
Yep. So I told him about that, and he was like, and then he kind of at the end he was like, so why wasn't you don't know anything about a call center? Like why isn't that your first obstacle? I'm like, because when it's all said and done, like what's the difference between a call center and a store? You're managing people. The difference is the people you're managing aren't face to face. They're talking over the phone, and I'm doing over the phone. I'm doing it right now, and I've had a year of doing this over the phone very successfully. Not sales, but the other spectrum of it, Geek Squad, scheduling, customer issues, things along those lines that your guys may not know. And I know that. And I know sales. I'm very good at sales. And then I brought how, regardless of the obstacle, I talked about the AASP program, about how literally that got dropped on us when it started. How many e-learnings was there, Schroeder? Like 1?
1 million.
Yeah.
When it was all done.
But it was, when that program started, it was awful. Because when it started, everyone had to be certified when I was my honeymoon. And then Hayes was supposed to take over for me. But Hayes was gone half the time. Everyone was calling me, telling me Hayes left early because he was sick, things along those lines, so no dig on him. So, yeah, it was – because I remember Sinkowski called me in the middle of my honeymoon. Hey, not to scare you or anything, but Tim Williams is really pissed. He's like, why? He's not pissed at you, but pissed at the fact that you're coming back from your honeymoon and you have 2 days to get 7 people certified, and each certification is 2 hours. I was like, are you fucking joking me? Because it was already supposed to be done. Because Hayes was supposed to do it, but like I said, Hayes got sick. He had this heart thing, so he couldn't do it. So I brought that scenario up about how there was no learnings. We were the only person in our whole entire market, and we were beating. And then I talked about how we were number 1 store. We were beating Apple stores, New York City, California, Miami, and how Apple even called us, and he was like, "Oh, it's a really good example." I was like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know. I was there when I was doing it.
Yeah, I was like, when Apple fucking calls you and asks what you're doing because you're obliterating every single number, you're doing fucking, dude. When that started, like,
people.
in the heat of the summer, Schroeder, because James wasn't there at the time. You were. How many did we fucking do a day?
All of them,
dude. It was fucking unreal.
All of them. There was 1 million of them every freaking day.
I was there for the end of like the battery stuff. So I know that there was like
what was it at?
Yeah, the batteries all the time.
What was it at one point? We couldn't make appointments for like 4 days.
Jesus.
Because me and Schroeder had some words because he was starting his streaming thing. He only wanted to work 2 days a week. I ended up scheduling him 2 days for like a half a week, and I scheduled him for 40 hours the rest.
Yeah, from then on.
Because he was the lead, and then they got rid of that, and they got rid of that job. They got rid of the lead. And then it kind of worked out in his favor because he wanted to step down from the job to focus on streaming. And so that was our agreement. And then, I didn't follow that at all, which I felt horrible about.
No, I think it wasn't so much down to 2 days a week. It was, but it was a little bit less.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if it was 2 days, but it was like a certain amount of hours you didn't want to go over or something. Because certain days because you wanted to stream. I don't remember the logistics of it, but yeah, that's in like the peak of it that we were just fucking
slammed all the time.
Busy. Customers coming in. I want to check on my computer. We can check you in 4 days from now. What?
Yeah. You mean I can't just drop it off? Well,
no, not fair.
Dude,
that's my favorite thing to do is like when they're like, "Can I just drop it off?" Now.
Like
somebody asked me that the other day, and I was like, "Well, how am I going to know it's yours when you come to get it?"
Yeah. That was insane. That's what allowed me to promote Abe's, Mike Richards, and I don't know who else became because they were part-time forever.
Yeah.
And then because we had so many hours, Mike allowed me to make them full-time.
Yeah.
And then I left, so it didn't really make a difference.
Yep.
But then I left James. You weren't there for Samira, were you?
Not in the squad, no.
So I hired this girl who's actually had a phenomenal interview.
Yeah, no.
Coming like a pile of shit.
Sure. She had a great interview.
No, she did. Mike Sinkowski loved her.
No one else did.
No, I know. He was raving about her. He basically hired her on the spot. Sinkowski did. And her boyfriend, which we didn't know they were dating at the time. And then they broke up, so that became a huge conflict of interest. Mm-hmm. She basically told him that he needs to quit now or make his life a living hell. I was like, oh, that's fun. I wasn't there for this, so I didn't have to deal with the repercussions of it. I do apologize about that. But yeah, so he told me that they're going to make a decision by mid last week.
Yeah.
But this whole process, they tell me a day and it happens like 3 weeks later. So
yeah,
right.
And according to the guy, the corporate boss, like, dude, I fucking interviewed with a millionaire. I guarantee it. because he was the director, the corporate director of every over-the-phone call center that Best Buy has.
Wow.
So basically, he's in charge of every single call center. So I guarantee the guy makes probably
comfortable. Yeah, he's probably not struggling too hard.
Oh, I guarantee not, dude. Fucking corporate has some crazy technology. So he pulls up and he's like, "My camera's not up yet." And he was like, "You got a camera?" Like, yeah. So it comes up and goes, oh, "Okay, there you are." So he pulls out a Surface. He's like, "Give me 1 second. Let me adjust the camera." He pulls out a Surface. He adjusts the camera, and then the camera moves. To like, I was like, "Are you controlling your TV with a camera?" He was like, "Yeah, it's got a Skype built into it." I was like, "What kind of TV is it?" "Oh, it's an 82-inch Samsung." I was like, "For an interview?"
They don't even make that shit anymore.
But yeah, it's a specialized business Samsung TV that's got Skype built into it. I guess it's touchscreen. He was saying. I'm like,
yeah, they stopped making that like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Well, no, he said it was brand new.
Really? Because that shit gets hacked all the time. That's why they stopped doing it.
Yeah, he said it was brand spanking new. Yeah, he just kind of lounged in his chair. And he had like one was lighting. One of the surfaces was to control the lighting. One was to control the TV. One was to control the camera, and one was to control the temperature. I was like, why the fuck wouldn't you put this all in one goddamn thing?
Where's the Harmony remote?
But that was insane. Corporate's got some pretty
neat stuff.
I guarantee it. I guarantee the store that they have in the basement, the Best Buy store, the fake demo store that they have. Oh my god, I don't even want to know what kind of stuff they have in that. I guarantee they probably have like self-checkout kiosks, and because that's where they go to demo, like that's where they go to practice and like, will this work in an actual real life environment? So all that stuff goes to there first, then it rolls out to us eventually.
Right.
So I was like, that's insane. But like I said, he said I should know last week, and I haven't. So I'm assuming maybe this week. Who knows?
Yeah, it could also be because of the holiday.
Yeah, that's true.
But he did say that they're behind, though. So he said they're hiring like 20 other people that haven't been hired yet because they're hiring us first. There's 2 managers. And we got to hire the managers. And essentially, the way the chain works, it's like a store. So we have us, which is like the GM. Then we have supervisors. Each of us will get 2 supervisors. Those are like ASMs. Then there's leads, which would be like supervisors. Then there's the actual team.
Huh.
I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said essentially, yeah, they're just, they did a complete clean sweep, and they're hiring essentially every single one of these positions.
Wow.
I was like, I figure you might want to hurry up on this, but what do I know? But nevertheless, not saying
you're not making the big bucks.
Yeah. So, well, that's pretty much been my week. What do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Brawly, or want to go to the news?
Let's talk about Broly.
Gotcha.
All right.
So, sorry, Schroeder. I know you're gonna kind of be like, I don't know.
Oh, boop, boop. Let's do the segue into Anime Corner. Boop, boop, doop, Anime Corner. There we go.
Boop, doop, doop, boop, boop.
All right.
Dragon Ball Z Broly.
Let me grab my disc, my copy on. So, Walker, what were your thoughts on the movie?
It was, some of the things kind of threw me off.
Oh, there are a few things like Okay, so let's start off with the story. Okay,
at the beginning.
Yeah. So it starts off.
A little old?
What?
Were Vegeta and Goku a little old?
It's retcon. Okay, the other Broly movies were not canon. So that doesn't count.
I thought Goku came to Earth as a baby, not like
a... You know what? Retcon. You know what?
Okay, sorry.
It's made by a guy who does fanfic for Dragon Ball, okay? So, it's alright. Yeah, so it starts off doing another whole backstory of everything going on. Basically, Bardock, this movie part 2. The redo.
Goku's dad.
Goku's dad, the movie part redo. An hour of it.
Weird.
I watched it in Japanese.
I watch it in English. I can't do the Japanese. You know that.
Yeah, I know you can't because you're a loser. You're not a true fan.
I immediately knew you played it in Japanese when I resumed it from. I'm like that. I had a strong feeling he's going to Japanese. I was like, nope, switching over to English.
Yeah, because you use my Funimation account for it. Yeah, snort that cocaine. That liquid cocaine.
Anyway, watch it.
So it was about an hour of it was just talking.
Background
and
story.
Background stuff, and it was fantastic. I loved it.
Yep.
I really liked, the auxiliary characters in it. So like those other Saiyans, and just hanging out with Broly.
Yeah.
That one chick that it's pretty hot.
The green one.
The green one. You know what? If there's one thing I like the bike shorts. So Ooh, there were points that I was just like, "Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this. This is
Well, she snapped her bra and made her boobs jiggle.
Yeah,
I was like,
that is just straight. That is straight fan service.
Yeah.
That is straight fan service. No, those characters were great. I loved just them bullshitting with Broly for a while. That was fun. And I feel like Broly could be a cool character, but he wasn't in the other three because he didn't talk. I really liked how he...
That's really the noise he made in the other one.
And Kakarot. He knew how to say Kakarot and scream. So, it was fun. It was a great... Alright, I'm going to go out and say it. It is my favorite Dragon Ball movie.
Oh, yeah,
it's my favorite one, hands down. Better than, I would say, the... Resurrection of F. Didn't care for Battle of the Gods too much. I really liked the Janemba ones from GT for some reason.
Those not bad.
The Tree of Might was also a really good one that I think this is better and cooler. That
was my first Dragon Ball Z movie I ever seen.
Cooler?
Was the Tree of Might.
Well, that was the first one. Hey.
Yeah. But no, I liked it though. It had a good background story, and then the fight scenes were just
that
unreal.
Last half hour was fantastic. If the entire Dragon Ball Super series was like that, boom, done. I'm sold. I love it. But
some of the explosions actually looked real.
There are parts of it, like when they went CG, when the action really kicked up, it was extremely jarring to me. I could tell, that it was like, it's like I'm playing, like Xenoverse 2 or Fighters or, one of those games.
Yeah, I did notice that, but yeah, some of the explosions and stuff, they actually look like they just filmed a real explosion. I was like, wow,
they just put it on over it.
I was like, that's pretty sick. I hate when Goku though goes to God form. He looks so I hate how animated he looks.
Can we talk about how Vegeta was just able to turn Super Saiyan God
without having any help?
He didn't do shit. It's like, it's just, hey, why not? Fuck it.
So this takes place after the Dragon Ball Super series, right?
Yes, it takes place after the Tournament of Power.
Okay, I haven't finished that yet.
No, you haven't.
2 episodes away from Ultra Instinct.
Oh, wow, they're getting through that pretty quick.
Yeah, I am. The next episode is when Frieza comes into play, and Frieza betrays what's his name, Frost, which is his lookalike. Essentially, the Dragon Ball Super
alternate universe. It's weird.
Yeah. It is. Because you watch Dragon Ball Z, right, Schroeder?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I used to.
Yeah.
I used to get down with some DBZ.
Dragon Ball Super is just it's better graphics than it's going on right now.
It's the continuation of the story after the Buu saga.
Exactly. And so that's next, and then after that I saw where he actually fights the one guy, and then he basically levels up past Super Saiyan again. But I was surprised to see they didn't use that in the Brawling.
They did for like a half second when he went Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue.
Super Saiyan Blue.
Well,
Super
okay.
Saiyan Blue.
Well, when he went Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken times 10 or whatever, what have you.
Yeah, crazy.
I guess.
I did see the white.
Yeah, he went Ultra Instinct for like a hot minute, which means wow, Broly fucking isn't really much.
No.
Ultra Instinct Goku could take him down.
When Broly came out of the water all like hot and bothered and muscles bulging and his hair's going crazy, I was like, oh, and the music started playing. Like,
I was hyped through that entire bit. And then so during that entire like fight scene, that final like 30 minutes, I would say, there's just a soundtrack playing in the background.
Oh, it's
that
phenomenal.
Was pretty good. It was weird, but it was pretty good. Because it would say, like, the characters' names and them doing stuff. Yeah, like it would say, like Broly. When he would, and it would start, like, ramping up them saying Broly more when he would start winning.
Like, when he was powering up, he'd be like, Broly, Broly.
Yeah.
Like, it was, like, some, like, heavy metal
or, like
shit.
Vegito, Broly.
And then you would randomly hear, Kamehameha!
Yeah, that was cool. Or that at the end that first person view of Broly,
when you're Broly
kicking the shit out of Goku was one of the coolest moments I've ever seen in Dragon Ball.
Have you ever seen the movie Doom? Like the one when it has like the first person movie when you're actually
that was terrible.
Oh, it was horrible, but that's what it reminded me of because
was it terrible? That movie was the best ever.
But that's what it reminded me of with when you became essentially Broly. You saw his fist and he was just beating the shit out of Goku.
So
that was pretty
cool.
sick.
Or like when Frieza turns Gold Frieza and he's like, I'm gonna kick your ass. Yeah. And then Broly's just beating the shit out of him because he ain't shit. That was great. That's what I hoped a lot of Super, like parts of Super would be, where just someone just destroying another character, like not even a contest. It shows how weak some of these characters actually are to adversity. And it was weird. Where are my notes? Because I wrote down a few notes. Let's see here.
My wife says you're attractive, Schroeder. I'm pretty sure she didn't want me to post that say that to the world, but she just texted me. She was like, so you know, Jeff is really good looking. I was like,
right. It's because I get plenty of monitor light.
Really good. And then she asked why James's face is really red, and I said a combination of Dragon Ball Z talk and then his lighting.
Here, let me change it a little bit real quick. Hold on. Keep talking for. There we go.
But no, it was good. Did you ever hear of Dragon Ball GT, Schroeder? It was kind of like it was like after Dragon Ball Z.
It's not canon. It doesn't count.
Like, essentially, they got rid of it. A long time ago, back in the 90s, they wanted to continue the series, so they made what's called Dragon Ball GT, which has since been eliminated with Dragon Ball Super.
Well, okay,
basically pretending like it never happened.
So, I guess you could say that Dragon Ball Super takes place before GT.
Like
because
right
Pan isn't born yet. Trunks is still a kid. Because they reference Pan in the last movie.
It has to take place before the last episode of Dragon Ball Z. Because the last episode of Dragon Ball, Goku takes Oob and flies him.
Yeah, that's right. Because they don't have Oob.
Yeah, Oob just got born. Because they reference Oob.
They do. They reference Oob in that, and then also in Super, like once or twice.
Yeah, because they reference Oob for like half a second.
Yeah.
Oob is the reincarnation of this character,
he's
which is like a super villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's referenced in Super. So essentially, the last episode of Dragon Ball Z never took place. Because it's the World Martial Arts Tournament, and then him and Goku and Oob fight each other. And then Goku flies Oob off to the lookout to fight, and that's how GT starts.
Yeah.
But,
GT starts later.
They're fighting. They destroy the...
Well, GT starts later because, like, you still have, like... Because in GT, Goten is older. He's, like, Gohan's age, and,
Oh, yeah, because you still have a huge gap.
Yeah, you have at least, like, a good 5-10 years gap.
Yeah, they were training, essentially, for, like, 10-plus years.
Yeah. As Goku does. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess, really, you could think of it as this takes place right in between Buu Saga and GT.
Yeah, like right in between that last episode of Dragon Ball Z and the rest.
Mm-hmm.
But no, when the second they did the actual fusion,
that was in GT.
They became Gogeta. I didn't think I was going to see that character.
No, man, he's too popular. He was the best. He was the best part of GT.
I will say though, I also didn't know that Frieza was going to essentially be the main antagonist in this too, which was a cool plot twist. No, it was sick. Goku and Vegeta combining together to make one character. It's called Gogeta, just the most strongest person in history, which kind of makes you think, why didn't they do that for the Tournament of Power?
Well, because they didn't really. Well, they knew about it, but they didn't think they needed it then. And Vegeta got eliminated before Goku was fighting. What's his name? Jiren.
Wasn't that the whole premise to Cell?
Well,
the fusion, yeah, the kids.
Yeah. No, that was Boo.
That was the last piece, but they all fused, but they were fusing together.
Yeah, they would eat the other androids. Cell would eat the other androids and kind of become
Cell
more
himself
powerful.
transformed. The character of Cell transformed because he would find the android 7, absorb them, and then he would transform.
Oh.
But like with Goku and Vegeta, and then Goku and Vegeta's kids, they all transform into different characters in the saga that takes place after that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always.
Can we just talk about how fucking stupid everyone's wish for the Dragon Ball is? Bulma's like, hey, I want to wish for the dragon to make me 5 years younger. Why? Because so I look younger. Yeah, why don't you just make yourself even younger? And she goes, because that would be too noticeable. And then Frieza's like, I want to wish the dragon to be 5 centimeters taller. Why? Because then I want to make everyone think that I'm growing still. That's the fucking dumbest.
Hell?
Yeah, that was their wishes.
It's so dumb.
Okay, whatever works for you, I guess.
But yeah, that was funny. And then there was always the huge stink because one of the premises of Dragon Ball G is that everyone on Earth abused the Dragon Balls. Mm-hmm. So essentially, they made the Dragon Balls become dark and evil.
Black Dragon Balls going across the universe.
Because they were only supposed to ever be used one time in humanity. Like, they were never supposed to be used more than once. And that one time, essentially, needed to be, like, a very, 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 like, world disaster. And they used them to get the most comfortable pair of panties and a bunch of other stuff. They did in Dragon Ball.
Yes, Oolong. I love him.
He wished for the world's
no.
Yeah, he wished for the world's most comfortable pair of panties, and they come out of the sky and they land on his head.
Oh, I love Dragon Ball.
Dude, that was such a sexual show.
Yeah, it was great.
Goku, when he first met Bulma, lifted up her skirt and patted her on the vagina. He was like, "Oh, nothing's here. It's a bed," and goes and lays on her vagina.
And she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
And then there's always things that like Bulma flashing Master Roshi and showing her tits and everything like that. And I'm like,
seeing Goku's penis a lot. That was weird.
Yeah, I was like this. I was like that. For sure was an interesting saga. I liked it.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I went in with like zero expectation because of how I feel about Dragon Ball Super, but it was fantastic. I'm
happy at least it wasn't confusing. I haven't Super yet, so.
Well, I mean, I guess like it didn't introduce like any new characters.
No.
So I mean, you don't necessarily need to see Super.
Other than knowing that Frieza is back. Frieza got resurrected by Goku.
Yeah, and then
that's it.
Ultra Instinct is a thing.
Yep.
But I mean, they don't even do anything about that.
No, not in this. They don't need to.
No, they don't need to, because Super Saiyan Blue Vegito could just beat the shit out of anything that lives.
So, review time. You can either do a A through F, or you can do a 1 through 10.
I'll do 1 through 10. I'd give it a solid 8. 8 out of 10. It's the best Dragon Ball movie out there.
I agree with that.
From like the visuals, other than the CG segments that would randomly cut in, I can understand why they did it. Because that movie, if they were to do traditional, not traditional, but, current animation, like anime animation for it, it would cost them a bajillion dollars. So I could see why they did the CG. But from like the animation to the action scenes, and it really made me realize that Dragon Ball is one of the few shows that really puts weight into every hit in it.
Well, even like their voices too, like they get into the voice actors.
Oh yeah, the voice actors are fantastic.
Wow! Like screaming at the top of their lungs
and
stuff.
They're fantastic. Even like in the Japanese dub that I watched, like even the Bardock is voiced by the same person that does Goku. Like even they gave it like an even like more like menacing, grovelly voice.
Yeah.
It was nice to see a little bit more of the backstory of Broly, or not Broly, of Bardock, and see like a whole characterization of Broly. Yeah. He's more than just like a giant beast that punches things. Yeah. He actually has character, and how they explain like why he's so strong, what the legendary Super Saiyan is.
And you kind of break it down too. It was kind of a cool concept too, because it was essentially he had a really shitty father that made him basically fucked up in the head.
Well, they did that in the original one as well. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Like, what is his name? Pagaris or
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. He wasn't Father of the Year material even in the original.
No. But no, it was good though. It was a good. I liked it. I have no qualms about it. I agree with the 8. It's good though. I had no issues whatsoever with that movie.
Yeah, it's not the best anime movie out there, but it is fantastic, and
it's phenomenal.
I definitely recommend it as a watch to anyone who likes shonen anime or Dragon Ball.
100%. So, segue into the news.
World War Z came out.
It did come out.
It came out?
It came out.
It came out of the closet hard.
Oh boy.
And it's
I
don't know.
Rough.
I have a different outlook than James does for sure.
All right, Walker. Since I started off with Dragon Ball, you start off with World War Z. Okay. We'll keep this short.
Yeah. So it's different. It's hard as shit.
Fuck, is it hard?
I guess. I don't know. It can be hard. I guess you have to play it very smart. Mm-hmm. Like one of the key features is you have to sneak around.
It has no room for error, or very little room for error.
The second you make a noise, you just get fucking bombarded.
So Jeff, to put this in perspective, we played on normal mode, the second easiest mode, and we would get our ass handed to us.
We got our asses handed to us on easy.
Yeah.
Not as bad.
Well, no, because you played easy once. Every other time was normal.
We did rough. The hardest. We did the hardest one. We died in about 30 seconds.
Yeah. It's hard.
But yeah, it's and it's crazy. So the horde concept
is fantastic. I love it.
Have you ever seen the movie World War Z?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
You remember them climbing on the walls, just basically ripping each other's faces off, trying to get at you.
Yeah,
that's the exact thing in this movie. So there's one that you're inside of a mall.
There's set pieces for that all the time in the game.
So you basically have to barricade yourself in, and you're looking at like a fence, and through the fence is a street with cars piled up. So okay, you do a dial thing and make some noises. Okay, here they come.
Sounds
and then over the horizon, you just see
thousands
like ants.
Of them. That engine that they use for the zombies is fantastic.
Oh yeah. And it's kind of like how ants just kind of like swarm over food. You just see them coming. They just go up all the cars, and then they start like basically piling on top of each other, killing each other to make a wall. Mm-hmm. And it's insane.
It's ridiculous.
They did steal a lot of parts from Left 4 Dead. A huge amount of parts from Left 4 Dead.
Okay.
You remember the Charger? That's a like, and the
Yeah,
guy who comes
all
up
the classes, like there's like your boomers,
yeah,
you have your chargers, you have your hunters,
the guys who jump on you, the guys who then spit their tongue and grapple you. All of those are in it, but they're called something different. But they're called something different. Like the charger, like the big the big monster that comes down and like shoulder trucks you and starts slamming you, is a giant guy in a police suit, and he just is relentless. He grabs you and he doesn't stop. It's almost like a tank. I would say it's a combination of a tank and a charger. Then there's the guys that leap on you and start like clawing your face off. They're in it, different name. As well as there is, like I said, the boomer, the screamer. The screamer is what attracts the horde. So if you're in an area and all of a sudden you hear, like just
get that out of there.
You essentially want to find that zombie and kill it, because if you don't, the zombies are nonstop.
Yeah, and they're gonna cut.
They're just coming at you like crazy, and a ton of weapon choices, which is actually pretty awesome. And they actually have like advancements that you can level up. So they have like healer, they have the medic, it's called. They call it medic, a hellraiser, firebreak, whatever it may be. But each one has its own specific thing. So say you want to be a medic, you heal by being a medic, you heal 25% faster. If you're a hellraiser, you start off with a grenade launcher. And then there's one that you start off with, a shotgun. Like there's different ones, and then from there you can upgrade all of that, and then it goes from 25% faster healing to 30% faster healing if you're the medic. So and there's like 8 different classes. So if you want to play this 100%, it's going to take you a long time to do that. When it's cool. So we were playing and we actually found out that there's a medic.
How you doing, man?
So it was me.
How's it going?
I don't hear you, James. Did we lose James?
Sorry, no, I was talking to a person in chat.
So it's me, James, Miller, and we're playing, and Miller kind of looked and he was like, "Do you guys know there's a medic? We keep dying. I'm pretty sure it's a good idea for someone to be a medic." We're like, "Yeah." There's a ton of weapons, ton of upgrades. Each weapon essentially has another upgrade. You can add a scope, a silencer, an extended clip, a fast mag.
Yeah, and you buy these just from like playing the game. You get like credits.
Yeah. Using experience points, you can buy all these extra add-ons
for different for all the different guns in the game, and you kind of get like your favorites and stuff.
25 different guns. So probably one of the most in any game. The shit part.
Oh boy!
You know in Left 4 Dead how you have your world, but the world is broken up with safe houses, so it doesn't seem to take forever.
Okay.
So in Left 4 Dead, you play for 5 minutes, you go to a safe house, you die, you go back to the safe house, so you don't have to restart the whole thing over again. This doesn't have that.
No,
so
there's no checkpoints.
You play one level for a fat 45 minutes.
Oh, you're right at the end.
At the very end, you start over from the very beginning.
Still having flashbacks from that fucking train level.
Oh my god!
Still having flashbacks.
We were kicking ass.
And all of a sudden,
all of a sudden you hear, because the concept of is that now you're in a train. You need to kill the zombies to let the train go through, and you board the train and you get out. But you gotta make sure the conductor survives. So we got hordes of zombies coming at us, and we're just fucking taking them down.
We are running low on ammo.
So we're making it rain, and all of a sudden you hear, no, game over. The conductor died. We're like, no! Are you fucking kidding me? It was like, we died already at this point 4 times. So we reset 4 times.
Before this point.
Yes. And we never made it to the very end. We finally make it to the end. 40 minutes in, probably close to an hour for how many times we died. Literally, we probably had a minute left. The fucking conductor ate by zombies. And we have to start over.
Mm-hmm.
That's balls, bro.
There is some cool modes. They have like Call of Duty type modes in there.
The multiplayer
like
is a lot
Royale.
of fun because it's PvPvE. So you have 2 teams of human control players. What is there, like 4 per side?
5 on 5.
5v5. And then you have the zombies.
Yeah, so you have that extra added element.
So not only are you fighting against other human players, but you're also fighting against the zombies. And certain points throughout the you have hordes that come in. And basically both teams kind of have to band together to take out this horde. And
then the second the horde stops, you got to turn and hurry up and kill your the guy that you're killing, otherwise you die.
The zombies do so much damage.
Oh, it's insane.
These zombies are the most dangerous part of the multiplayer. They will take a fourth
element, which is kind of cool.
They will take a fourth of your health from one hit.
Because you got to remember, there's like 10 of them hitting you at one time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So yeah, they don't play around. So that's kind of cool. And then you have like King of the Hill, whoever gets the flag or whatever, the longest wins. And then you have Domination, which means you have to control 3 points, things like that. So they have that side of the game. But then so after we were done, James was like, "Yeah, I'm playing something else, guys. I'm getting off."
Yeah, I was like, "I'm fucking done with this."
He was like, "They can still see you, regardless if you're crawling." They're watching you right now.
It is.
Hey, girl.
Jeff says, "Hey."
I told you I didn't want to be on TV.
I remember that. He was like, "Yeah, I'm done, guys. I'm playing something else." Just like physically and mentally exhausted.
After all that just death and disappointment, we were streaming. I was streaming for like 3.5 hours at this point.
We made it through a world and a half.
Yes.
No, a level and a half.
A level and a half. Over the course of like 3 hours. I was done. I couldn't handle it anymore.
So you have New York.
Kind of tough.
You have New York City, you have Moscow, you have Paris, and you have something else.
I think,
and each one of those is broken into 4 pieces, kind of like your Left 4 Dead. But like I said, there's no save points.
And also,
so each of those 4 ones take about 40 minutes each. And if you die, you reset.
My big problem with it is it is trying to be like Left 4 Dead, which is fine. It's cool. Left 4 Dead's great. It doesn't have the personality of Left 4 Dead. Like, the characters are almost completely mute through the entire game. In Left 4 Dead, they, in safe houses or while you're just roaming around, you get to... Fucking Ellis will not shut the hell up.
Yeah.
He just keeps talking through the entire thing. But that's fine, because I'm getting to learn about Ellis. I'm getting to learn about Coach. I'm getting to learn about this old war vet. And his story.
There's no background story for any of these characters.
Nothing. It's just going from point A to point B, completely mute, other than, oh, they got me! Get him off me! Don't shoot me! Yeah. Hey, you shoot me again, I'm going to be really upset.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And when you play with a bot, so it was us 3, and we'd have a random person come in, but a lot of times they quit because they couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
So the bots...
The bots are fucking useless.
They're awful.
They're useless.
So we're all inside of the elevator waiting for the bot to come in. He's just standing there. Won't come in. Finally,
right outside the elevator.
Yeah.
Finally,
the game catches up and they're like, okay, fine, we'll just fucking close it, and then he spawns inside of it. But yeah, the bot inside the game, the AI they're pretty trash.
This game needed about another good 3 to 4 months in QA. Things like, even small things like, in my opinion, I think the character takes up way too much of the screen when you're aiming down the sight.
It's third person.
Yeah, it's third person, which I didn't expect.
Yeah, so you see the whole entire character, which kind of throws you off.
And even small things where if you hold down the left analog stick to sprint, you're not going to sprint. You have to press it once and hold forward.
Yeah.
To sprint.
So it's really quirky, but great graphics when the zombies blow up or you shoot them.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. Like the gore physics are great. You know.
I honestly believe they wanted it to release the game before Days Gone.
Probably.
Because Days Gone is also a horde zombie apocalypse game. So you have two games coming out in the same time frame that both have hordes of zombies.
But here's the thing: it's like
one's one player.
Yeah,
though, but
Days Gone is completely single player.
Yeah, but to get the people to buy World War Z first, hopefully forgetting about Days Gone, I think that's where they kind of rushed it.
Taking that market share for the hype.
Kind of like Apex Legends. They knew Anthem was gonna fail. So what they wanted to do is to release a game. Hopefully people will forget about it. Obviously they didn't. Because Apex has hugely declined. But I think it's the same concept. They just wanted to release it to get it out there, to get people to buy it before they bought Days Gone.
Or maybe it was like, yeah, it is again like with the whole Anthem situation where it's like, we're gonna buy this because this we know. It's a little different than Anthem
and Apex are the same company.
Yeah, I would say this is more akin to when things like Cars came out.
Yeah,
you would have the endless bootleg shit that you would buy at the dollar store for like, $5. Movies that are animatronic cars.
Yeah.
Or like things like Ants and Bugs Life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's
true.
I would say that's more akin to it. Where and it does kind of feel like it too when you really think about it. With Days Gone the video game, at least to me, it feels almost like a bootleg Days Gone. A bootleg multiplayer Days Gone that was just made as a quick cash grab. All of the mid 2000s era video games.
Mm-hmm.
Where everyone's jumping on the Call of Duty bandwagon.
Yeah. Like overall it's not bad. Like I liked it. I had no qualms about it. Obviously the game is, like I said, it's crazy hard. It's especially for being on normal, and they want you to sneak around, but you really can't because half the times you try to sneak around, there's 25 zombies that are literally standing in your way, and they don't give you a path to sneak around them.
Yeah.
So that kind of like that's because a lot of it's like, hey, we got to be quiet, sneak. So it gives you the crouch. You can turn off your light, and you can tiptoe, and you can like shoot around the corner, but once you get to like 10 feet more, there's 80 zombies in front of you and you can't do that.
The very first part of the first New York level, which is the first level that you can select, you have, it's like, hey, we need to be quiet here. As you walk down a corridor, down some stairs, you look to your right and there's like 7 zombies right there. There in your face.
How's it going?
Oh, we need to be quiet. It's like, well, fuck. We have to be precision with these shots. You fuck up, everyone's coming towards you.
So as long as you hit something, it doesn't alert the whole group of them?
Headshots only. Nice vlogger cam there, Walker.
Thanks, bro.
Nice IRL streamer camera.
Right. He's going to show us how to make a protein shake.
But yeah, so you can't really do, like I said, the sneaking part. You can't really. My wife's trying to shower, so I had when my parents came down, so I had my own room. When they came down, I had to move my computer into our bedroom. So that's our bed. Don't mind all the stains. It's just old. And obviously the bathroom and things like that. So she's taking a shower, so I'm going to aim my camera up.
You don't want to get banned from Twitch.
Exactly. But overall, I liked it. Nate Sushek says, well, Brad Pitt can do it. So essentially, if he can do it, so we should be able to.
If Brad Pitt can do it, we can do it too. That should be the title of this podcast. If Brad Pitt can do it, we can do it.
That'd be absolutely amazing. It's the truth, though.
Yeah.
Supposedly they are making a second one.
They are making a second one. I think it's coming out either late this year or early next year.
Which is weird to me. But anyways, that's all I got on that. What news you got, James?
All right, so there was one thing that I forgot to mention in my week, but it's also part of the news, so I guess I'll talk about it too. The first character in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Character Pass came out. Joker from Persona 5 came out today, or well, not today, but a few days ago. 2 days ago, if you were lucky enough to get in on it. I tried to update my game when we were playing World War Z, but it would not connect to the server at all. I would keep getting an error because everyone was trying to update their game at the same time.
Go figure.
So I played a little bit as Joker. I played around the training mode. He's fine. A lot of the same moves that he does have in whatchamacallit, in Persona 5. Really disappointing you can't really summon a persona to attack. They also added a stage creator.
Did I move my camera?
Which, if you've taken a look, my Twitter timeline has just been flooded with memes that people are making in
I did. It's facing through the ceiling, and you can see up my nostril.
I can. You got a booger in your left nostril, by the way.
The guy put that there on purpose.
Yeah, it's.
I'm muted.
He's pretty cool. I'll probably play with him more. I haven't really had much time to. I haven't really dug right in and played with him as much as I would like, but he's fun. He's more of a range character, which I like. But that's all I have to say about that. Because of the tragedy that happened in with the Notre Dame Cathedral, Assassin's Creed Unity is free right now.
Yes. And a cool add-on to that, the creators are
Ubisoft doing a lot.
They're trying to partner with the government of France because they have a computer replica of the Cathedral of Notre Dame, because when they made Assassin's Creed Unity is based in Paris, France, and one of the main pieces was the cathedral. So the creators of this game spent 2.5 years inside of the cathedral, basically making an exact replica of the cathedral to put into the game. So you go to the game, you walk every aspect of the cathedral. It's just like walking around the actual cathedral in Paris, France.
That's amazing.
They want to give Paris, the government, their copy of this basically computer-generated model to help rebuild the cathedral, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, good on Ubisoft, for doing that. I mean, they are a French company, so that's just some goodwill. That's some good PR right there.
The rating for Unity has gone up almost 25%. Like the rating, the overall rating score has went up.
Yeah,
because everyone's super super happy that they're doing this, so everyone's playing it, and the ratings are skyrocketing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's like I said, that's really good PR.
Oh, hell
good for them.
Yeah, it is.
Final Fantasy 15 director Hajime Tabata is making a new game. He left Square Enix not too long ago, and that's basically almost the reason why most of the Final Fantasy 15 DLC got kind of scrapped and not going to be available anymore. Do you guys want to take a shot in the dark on what his new game's going to be? Just take an
something like Final Fantasy.
Okay, so Schroeder, what do you say?
The guy who created Final Fantasy, what's his next game going to be?
Star Fox.
Okay.
That'd be absolutely amazing.
You are both super wrong.
It'd be something stupid.
It's gonna be Pikmin, isn't it? Next installment of Pikmin.
No. The 2020 Paralympic Games.
What?
He's making a game based off the 2020 Paralympic Games in Japan, because next year the Olympics are going to be in Japan, and so are the Paralympic Games. So
how do you do that without offending people, though?
I don't know. We'll have to see next year when it comes out. So that
speaking of
that was pretty interesting.
Final Fantasy, today starts a crossover between 14 and 15 event.
Oh yeah, where you can get the regalia in 14.
Yeah, because 14 is online, so they are making a crossover between 15. It's the first time 2 Final Fantasy games bridged.
Well, I mean, there was 10 and 10
kind
too.
of. Well, yeah,
and
but
all
like
the 13s.
non, like how like 7 has nothing to do with 8, and 8
sure,
has nothing
okay,
9, things like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've done a ton of crossovers with Ubisoft. Like, there's that whole DLC where in Final Fantasy 15 you basically play Assassin's Creed. The Game Boy, the Nintendo Game Boy, a system that, well, I bought maybe about 2 years ago. Turns 30 this year. It's now 30 years old. Holy shit.
Yes, they are. It's crazy to think about, too, because I had a Game Boy when I was a kid, and I don't, like...
But you're ancient, so... You're like 700 years old, so...
Funny.
Hilarious. I used to be 700.
I had
long time
the
ago.
original one, the clear one, the one that you could see all the shit inside of it.
I had that for the Game Boy Color, the purple one. Back when that was all the rage.
Yeah, I had the clear one. It was white. Well, it wasn't white. It was clear. So that was kind of cool. What you got, James?
We have The Witcher Netflix series is coming late 2019. So the series based off the very popular game series that's based off of a very popular, I wouldn't say very popular, but a novel in Sweden called The Witcher, following Geralt of Rivia, hunting down monsters and stuff. The games are fantastic. I played a little bit of 1, I played a little bit of 3, but they're really good. That is coming, starring, what's his name, like Henry Cavill, guy that played Superman.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing Revolt.
Yep.
Geralt. So that's pretty cool. I see Netflix is really going hard with these video game franchises.
Yeah, like they are.
Well, you know why? Because you have Disney breathing down their necks. Disney Plus for releases November 12th.
Oh yeah, it does.
What Disney Plus is, it's their version of
their streaming service. Yeah.
Their streaming service that will have their own spin-off shows directly related to the Marvel movies. That won't be anywhere but Disney Plus. It'll have every movie that is in the vault, plus every Marvel movie.
And then they're also making the Star Wars stuff, right?
Yep, they're making Star Wars spin-offs, TV shows that will directly be on that, as well as actual... Because you know how you have like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff? They're actually taking that off TV and putting it on Disney Plus.
Really?
Hey,
yeah.
You know what? If you have the licenses, you know, even though how much I hate Disney with a burning passion, you have the licenses. Why the hell not?
As well as National Geographics, they're going to be they own that too.
Yeah. And
they're going to be having specials that are specifically on Disney Plus. Not that many people watch National Geographic, but nevertheless.
Hey, they have some great documentaries. I saw a picture that showed off everything that Disney owns. Did you know that that Disney owns GoPro?
Do they really?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, through like like a subsidiary in China, they own GoPro.
Speaking of monopolies, AT&T just bought Spectrum for $98 billion. God
damn.
So now AT&T owns, obviously, AT&T company. They own DirecTV, and they own Spectrum. Which I don't know how that works, because DirecTV is a satellite dish. Spectrum is cable. So unless they give the clients both options, hey, would you like to have a satellite dish on your roof that goes out when it snows, or would you like to have just a cable built in the wall?
I mean, I know what I would pick.
$98 billion is what AT&T just bought Spectrum for. So now the only internet companies that exist outside of it is Comcast, Xfinity, Cox, and CenturyLink.
We'll have Verizon.
Well, yeah, Verizon, but Verizon's DSL. They do have FiOS, but yeah, it's they the two biggest ones, DirecTV and Spectrum. So that's Charter, all that stuff.
Well, then you also got to think. Then now you have Dish and DirecTV, which are the two major TV providers.
Yeah, and I think Verizon is a partnership with Dish because you can get Verizon Internet and Dish TV.
Well, I don't know because I went into a Verizon store the other day, and they had deals for both Dish, DirecTV, and Spectrum. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with them. They don't care. They're just there to make money, I guess.
Because I know that Verizon's only the internet there. They don't have the cable side of it, so maybe.
I guess.
I know AT&T tried to buy Verizon, and it completely it fell through.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
They're probably the courts were like, "Fuck you, no."
Don't you own enough stuff?
So you have these humongous companies, and then speaking of like your Netflix and stuff like that, Apple has come out and said that they plan to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on their Apple Arcade.
Well, I mean, they have the money.
They have yet to confirm. Go ahead, James.
They have, they're the first company to be worth $1 trillion in the stock market history. So,
they won't say it's to compete with Microsoft or Sony, but obviously it is. They already have a contract with Sega to have the rights to Sonic the Hedgehog in their streaming service, which is pretty cool. Cartoon Network, they have a contract with. They got a contract with Lego to have the Lego games.
Lego and Cartoon?
Yep.
Well, okay.
And then a bunch of other ones.
All right.
Interactive Studios.
So it's different than like what Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, or hell, even Google is providing. Because these are mobile-based games.
Yeah. But they're trying to get them, but they're also for the iPad and the computer. So that they're trying to get the best possible graphics they can.
Yeah, but still, though, at the same time, you still have to basically make it so that this game will work on all the platforms and be good on all the platforms.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have your, AAA games on your phone. Because it's just not going to work well. It's not going to control well. You don't have the ability to unless you hook up a Bluetooth controller. And I don't think at this point Apple is going to do that.
So here's the projections that Apple is.
They're going to charge you $70.
Oh yeah, something stupid. But yeah, here are the projections that Apple is predicting. So it launches the end of this year. So by fall of 2020, next year, it's going to do $370 million.
Right.
By fall of 2022, it's going to do $2.7 billion. And then by 2024, it's going to do $4.5 billion. And by 2024, it's going to have 30 million people paying the $13 a month subscription fee. 30 million people. They predict we're going to have this.
I don't think James agrees with you.
No, there's no way in hell it's going to make that kind of numbers. That first number, yes, I could see. But once you start getting
those numbers, I don't know.
Once you start getting into the billions, no. Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but probably not.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make that much.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to be. They're saying that they predict that the Apple Arcade will be a very large chunk of their yearly annual income
if they
within
can
the next
pull it
5 years.
They can pull it off. That'd be what's up. But like, I don't know. They better have a damn extensive game library because most of the stuff I want to play is on Steam, and like I can't think of any games that I can't get on just my standard platforms. I guess if I want Sonic, I guess I don't know.
But you can get that on Steam.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I don't know.
The thing is, though, will they be pulling Sonic off the other platform?
Sega's not that dumb.
That's what I was wondering too, though.
Sega's not that dumb.
Yeah, but Apple and their damn exclusivity stuff. So
when you're a part with Apple, you're exclusive to Apple.
Yeah, but Sega is a business.
Yeah, so we'll see how it does. But yeah, I'm interested to see what Lego does because are they not making any more Lego games for the other platforms because those games are big for kids. So
well, and here's the thing: it's I can't see these companies agreeing to this, where it's like you can only make this game for our stuff, because again, like you said, Walker, the Lego games are huge for kids.
Yep.
The Lego games are huge for kids, so they want to reach the widest market that they can.
Yeah.
So they're going to make the games for the PlayStation, for the Xbox, for the Switch, for the phone, for the computer, for everything. If they were to just subjugate themselves, if it is like a mainline Lego game or a mainline Sonic game, it would be the dumbest decision they've ever made.
Yeah, but what if Apple's paying them a shit ton of money, though?
That doesn't matter.
A chunk of the pie of
that's how they do,
though.
$5
billion is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, wait,
even if it's not.
That doesn't really matter because people aren't going to go out. Like, it's different if it was a system.
Yeah.
Phones are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
You know, you want to get the newest iPhone, that's going to cost you about $1,000. Computers, you want an iPad or you want a new MacBook, that's going to cost you about like $700. You want a new iPad, that's going to cost you like $400. I could buy a PlayStation 4 right now off the store shelf at Best Buy, at Target, at GameStop for $200. And with Apple, with how little market share that they have, especially in the computer world, it would be a shot in the foot for any company to make like a mainline game in their franchise, especially like Sonic or Lego, to make a mainline game in their series exclusive to Apple. Yeah. They would be shooting themselves in the foot.
Right in the foot. Avi.
Yeah, I agree. What else new? What other news you got, James?
We have The Last of Us Part 2, a game that I have been hyped for a very long time. Finally finished its filming. So they filmed the final scene of the game. And now they just need to animate it, program it, throw it in the game, and it should be good to go. Hopefully, at least cool. Cutscene wise.
Yeah.
Last of Us was The Last of Us 1. The Last of Us 1, I don't know if you guys have ever played it, but storyline wise, it is the best game I've ever played.
That's what a lot of people say.
It ranks so high on my best games of all time list, it's not even funny. So I'm super excited for that. We have some video game system news.
Video game system news?
Yeah! The last two things that I have is talking about Nintendo. Well, one's talking about Nintendo. They might be releasing a new system this year.
2.
The Nintendo Switch Mini might be coming out this fall. So, the Nintendo Switch, as you can see here for the people watching, viewing this either on YouTube or on Twitch, is a system that you could switch from handheld mode to TV mode on the fly.
I see. Look at that. It's amazing. Wow.
So what the plan of the Nintendo Switch Mini would be is that it's going to be a smaller system that's more focused on handheld mode. So
more portable.
Yeah. So possibly no detachable Joy-Con controllers, but it can still hook up to the TV if you wanted it to. So, according to some inside sources, like manufacturers and that kind of stuff, rumor has it will be coming out this fall, and it'll be a cheaper price. So I'm thinking maybe around the $200-$250 mark.
I thought it was already $200.
No, it's $300.
Or is it $300?
It's $300.
I got you. Oh, by the way, James, I hosted you because I didn't realize my Streamlabs crashed.
Oh,
and I don't know how long I haven't been streaming.
Oh, so I guess I'm uploading the podcast again this week.
You got to upload it.
All right,
Sorry,
cool.
bro.
Coolio.
That's super annoying.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'll post it this week.
Word.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
And then, do you guys have any news? Because this is going to be our big news story of the week. Here.
Yeah, I got a couple things. You got anything, Schroeder, first?
Nothing special.
They did release images of the digital only Xbox.
Yep.
It's literally the Xbox One S with no disk drive.
The Xbox One SAD.
Yeah, it's literally the same exact thing without a disk drive. They literally just put a different plate over top of the disk drive so it covers up the hole.
Yep. The Xbox One S all digital. The SAD.
Sad.
I'll speed through this. Twitch has launched its own its first game. Twitch itself launched its first ever game. It is a karaoke. It's built for live streaming. Essentially, you can play with your friends and do karaoke while you stream.
Well, that sounds fancy.
Go figure it's meant for streaming.
Yep. I already talked about Apple. I have like 2 weeks of news, so that's why I'm trying to speed through it. You can now change your name on PlayStation.
We talked about that last week.
Before. Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
$10. That's absolutely stupid.
Well, first time's free. It's like heroin. The first time's free.
That's so dumb. Like, if you want to change your name, you should be able to change it. I get the whole concept of why it shouldn't, like why you want to keep your name, but it's horrible. Horrible. They did announce that they are not releasing any DLC for God of War. Mm-hmm. They essentially, the creators have deemed that the game is fine exactly how it is without adding anything to it.
Good for them. You know, good for them.
Oh, it's 100%. It won literally every Game of the Year award known to freaking imagine. Supposedly, because last week, or was it this Monday? Past Monday was the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, this past Monday.
So this past Monday, and they released a bunch of free stuff like skins and everything for your PlayStation. And on the skin, Kratos and your son, you're in a boat. You're in a boat looking.
You guys keep
outward.
talking.
You guys are looking outwards, and on the bottom of it, it says Ragnarok is coming. So supposedly that is the next God of War game is Ragnarok, which is Thor. So Thor and Odin.
Well, that'll be neat.
So that'll be very interesting to see how they do, because essentially what happens in that game. So you beat the game, you go back to your hut with your son.
Okay.
In the hut, door closes, you go to sleep. The game advances 10 years. And you wake up to a huge thunderstorm. Shit's going crazy. Lightning, thunder, everything. And Kratos, the main character, was like, I know he was like, somebody's here, and I know who it is. So you kick down the door, and it's a silhouette of a character. It goes for his feet up, and when it goes up, you see a hammer, like huge muscles. And then it turns around, and Kratos goes, Thor. And then the scene ends, and then you go back to real time. So it's kind of like a little hidden Easter egg.
Yeah. Well, that'd be neat.
Yeah. So supposedly, Ragnarok is the next adventure, because in the game you actually go to all the realms, but the only realm that you can't go to is Asgard. And Asgard is the realm of Odin, Thor, and all of them. So we'll see. Star Wars if you've been hidden under a rock for the last week and a half, episode 9, the trailer has released.
Yep.
Oh my God, does it look disgusting?
It's
like disgusting and I got a boner.
Yeah,
disgusting.
So, say what you will about the Star Wars movies, the new trilogy, or any of the new Star Wars movies. They know how to make a trailer.
Oh my God, yeah.
Every single trailer has gotten me hyped.
But the thing is, though, number 8 wasn't J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams backed director.
Yeah, that was Rian Johnson as number 8.
And J.J. Abrams actually sat down with, what's his name? George Lucas. He actually sat down with him and went over the script. And George Lucas supposedly helped him write this movie.
Oh, no.
Well, didn't help him write it, but gave
his blessing.
J.J. Abrams already wrote the whole movie, but he asked him for what does he think, and he said it's phenomenal because what this is, it's the end of the Skywalker saga. So they are done with the Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, Leia, all of that. They are done.
Well, they have to be kind of done with Leia.
It's true. They're gonna make more Star Wars movies, but the next trilogy is gonna be unrelated to the Skywalkers. So I'm assuming they're not even gonna reference Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
But they said they are gonna take a couple year hiatus.
Yes.
And they'll be back. They said before 2025.
Which is smart. They need to, because pumping this stuff out every year.
Well, it's been 6 years that they've released a Star Wars movie every 6 years.
7, Rogue One, 8, Solo, this one, 5 years in a row.
5, yeah. So 5 years in a row they've had a movie. It's kind of like you.
Yeah.
But yeah, they said they are still writing the next movies, but they have no relation to this new saga, and that's why this is called The Rise of Skywalker, because it's a conclusion to all 9 movies. And it's also confirmed that Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, the Sith Lord from the original, returns.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the trailer at the very end, you hear a and it's his laugh.
The thing that made so many people hyped for episode 1, because I wasn't around for the original trilogy. Yeah, I was around for the prequel trilogy. And
none of us are around for the original trilogy.
Yeah, true. People were so hyped for episode 1. I remember. It's one of my earliest memories is seeing how hyped people were for Star Wars episode 1. Because it was forever since the last one.
I remember, it's on, if you go to IMDb and go to the trivia, Waterboy actually was the number 1 movie in the box office for a month straight, because the movie Waterboy, Adam Sandler, had the only Star Wars trailer.
Really?
Originally, yeah.
Wow.
So Waterboy actually was the number 1 movie.
Well, hey, Waterboy was a great movie, too.
And they said they calculated about 60% of the people left after the trailer. But it didn't matter because people already paid for it.
Yeah.
60% of its revenue came from people that just wanted to see the trailer and then they left.
Wow.
I was like, hey, good for Adam Sandler. He's making the money. Doesn't really he could give 2 shits how long you're there for. You paid for it. So.
You pay for it.
Yeah.
That's kind of like with Crackdown on the Xbox 360 having the demo for was it Halo 3 on there?
Yeah.
And everyone bought the game for the Halo 3 demo, and then they were like,
no one played the actual game.
Hey, Crackdown's pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, that was I still remember that. But yeah, this movie's gonna be big. And obviously, speaking of movies, this Friday, Thursday, Endgame, the Avengers Endgame.
That comes out, right?
I
forgot.
I convinced my wife to go see it. She has seen none of the other movies.
Well, she's gonna be very confused.
She hates movies anyway, so she's just gonna sit there.
How can you hate movies? Oh, right. She's the person that likes pineapple on her pizza. That explains everything.
It's true. But yeah, I did convince her to go. She's like, why don't you go by yourself? I'm like, it's weird.
It's weird.
That's not weird.
It's not weird at all. I've gone to plenty of movies by myself.
I saw Star Wars Episode 7 opening night at midnight by myself.
So we're going like at 11:30 in the afternoon. So it's like a mid-afternoon date. So we're old.
Hey, there you go. Gotta be in bed by 8 o'clock.
Oh, let me scroll through this. I don't need. You guys don't need to know where the fishing spots are for down here. The new Star Wars game, it's ramping up. The trailer should be released here soon.
Yep.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is in quote unquote a development project for a movie.
Yep, that's what I heard. Yeah.
So because that has a huge following, so we'll see what happens there. I thought it was funny. You might like this, Schroeder. Alien, the Alien movies, the games. Alien Isolation.
That game's great.
They canceled the follow-up to it because they said it was basically a horror version of Mass Effect.
No.
Really?
It wasn't Alien Isolation. It was Alien Colonial Marines.
Yeah, that's I said it was. Yeah, the next one.
Because Colonial Marines was supposed to be two separate games. It was supposed to be one where it was you played as an alien. It was more like a stealth game, which what became Isolation, and then there was a RPG segment.
Yeah.
An RPG
and they
game.
said it was essentially just a scary version of Mass Effect. And he was like, for those who lasted more than 10 minutes in Alien Isolation before saying, nope, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Because it was scary.
They canceled the other Alien because it was too horrifying and it was exactly like Mass Effect. I was like, that sucks.
Interesting, yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was hilarious. My dog calling up. Yeah, she is. If you're biting the door, I'm gonna beat you. Sounded like she was. She likes to eat wood. My last piece of news, just kind of going over how big Epic Games is.
How big are they?
They are currently in the middle of doing a $300 million Fortnite tournament.
I don't doubt
Jesus.
it. Don't doubt it at all.
It's over the span of 10 weeks. No, sorry, 30 million. Sorry, 30 million tournament. Each week, they're giving away up to $2.5 to $5 million a week. Finalizing in the World Cup tournament, the grand prize is $15 million.
That's crazy.
And by the end of the year, they plan on doing another one because they want to they want to give away. They said their projection is that they're going to give away $200 million by the end of this year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Jesus. Well, I need to get good at
really
Fortnite.
they're really trying to bring those numbers up, aren't they?
Yeah, it's insane right now. Yeah, so the Fortnite World Cup is going on, and the millionaires, the pros who are already making a lot of money, are making even more money.
Yeah.
Because, they plan, when it's all said and done, it'll be, the grand total will be over $30 million they give away for this.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
That is nuts.
That's absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? Hey, they have the money. They have a competitive game. Do it. Do it. They might get...
Here's the thing. This money came from, like, the span of a year and a half, if that.
Yeah.
So was it 2017 where Fortnite came out?
Something like that.
So,
well, at least when it blew up.
End of 2017. But yeah, people buying the battle passes, and because now don't they have their own like kind of like Steam thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they have their own launcher now.
A lot of people are going to it. Oh, they got a lot of companies because they're giving such a good split. I think it's like Steam gives like, let's just say for example like a 70-30.
That's insane.
But split where 30% goes to Steam, 70% goes to the developers or the publishers. Epic is doing like a 20-80.
Jeez.
Where 20% goes to Epic, the rest goes there. And they straight up said, it's like, we can't do this forever. I think it's like a little bit under 20%. It's like 17% goes to Epic Games. They're like, we can't do this forever, but by God, we're going to get that market share.
Oh, yeah. But it's all said and done. By the end of the year, they want to do tournaments and stuff to the point where they gave away $200 million in prizes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Good for you guys.
Yeah, good for them. That's all I can say.
Yeah. And what do you got last, James?
All right, so our big news story of the day. We have an exclusive stuff from I think it was Wired about the PlayStation 5.
Bum, bum, bum.
So a gentleman from the Wire, I forget his name, he got to sit down and talk to the head of the PlayStation division at Sony about the PlayStation 5. And he got a little tech demo. So, here are some of the things. It is going to have a disc tray. So, It's going to still have the physical media, which is something that I like a lot. It's going to be fully backwards compatible with PS4 and PlayStation VR. So,
that's huge.
That's kind of confirming some of the copyright or the patents that we saw earlier on in the year about being backwards compatible, tricking the processor into downscaling itself to work for older generations of stuff.
Yep.
Here's some little like technical stuff. It's going to be running a AMD Ryzen CPU running the Zen 2 microarchitecture. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know if you guys know what that means.
Super high-end graphics card and processor until Microsoft comes out and beats it.
I think it was the Air Force that actually built a supercomputer by basically attaching like 1,000 PlayStations together.
Yep, PlayStation 3s. I remember
that.
Yep.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
That's awesome.
There was also rumors that Al-Qaeda was using a bunch of PS2s to do make a supercomputer. So really high-end CPU. On the GPU end, it's running a custom Radeon GPU, a part of the Navi family. Again, I have no idea what that means.
So essentially, they needed a way to beat the Xbox One X, and they have. The downfall is they're coming out with their products so much sooner than Microsoft. Microsoft is going to blow their PlayStation technology out of the water.
Well, yeah, they're doing a Sega Dreamcast move basically.
Well, okay, yeah, no, they are kind of doing a Dreamcast move, but who's saying that Microsoft isn't coming out with a system next year?
They could be, but they haven't said shit.
They've said some stuff about how it is going to be competitive pricing wise.
Yeah, but that's it though. They haven't released as much as Sony. I don't know if they're
so
they're waiting for E3 because Microsoft did say E3 that this is going to be their biggest E3 ever.
Yeah,
kind of compensate for Sony not being there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all know the new systems are coming out probably next year, at least from Sony and Microsoft. It's been long enough. So, if this is going to be their response, I mean, you got to think that the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X are very similar. We're not in the years where everything's like super different, like with the Dreamcast and the PS2 and the Xbox and the GameCube or the Saturn and all this stuff. We're in the world where everything's pretty similar.
Yeah, I agree.
So it really comes down to the exclusives. And Microsoft ain't got that. They ain't got jack shit.
That's true. That is true.
They have Halo and Gears. Bada bing, bada boom. That's it. Not even Minecraft, because that's on everything else.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's true.
They
have better servers
They just own the company that makes it.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, essentially, it's a better It destroys the PlayStation Pro. It's significantly better than that One X, but we'll obviously see what Microsoft comes up with.
Here's some of the other things, because I got more stuff about it. So it supports ray tracing, which is the latest and greatest in graphical technology. Basically, what that is, it makes the reflections off of water more realistic, to give you a more immersive experience.
To put it in retrospect too, if you don't have a 4K TV, don't even bother getting this system because you're not going to be able to experience any of this shit.
Yeah. It's going to support 3D audio. So 3D audio has been around for a very long time in the world of computers. But
not so much in gaming or consoles.
Bingo. So not only is it going to give you your surround sound experience, and the person that the guy from Wired was talking about, he's like, you're not really going to get this experience from like just your TV. It's going to emulate it, but it's not going to fully give you the experience. You need a high-end audio system or headphones for it. It's going to give you not only the surround sound, but also vertical with Dolby Atmos and below you as well. So you need some super stupid headphones or some super stupid surround sound system to give you this experience.
The VR is going to be disgusting on it, though, supposedly.
Probably. They haven't talked about. They didn't talk about that at all during the Wired thing.
From what I was reading somewhere, that they're going to have a huge focus on the VR.
Well, that's
where basically they want to have the market for VR completely negating the Oculus Rift. And just literally Sony being the go-to for VR technology.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, because, like, you gotta think, with the PlayStation VR, it is the cheap VR system. You know, at $300. Most people already own a PS4.
Yep.
So, $300, you don't need no, $1,000 computer or $800 computer. You could just have this $300 system, and you're good to go. You can play VR.
True.
That
is true.
Other things. It is going to have SSD in there, so solid state storage.
Huge.
That's cool. Did they tell you the capacity?
They did not, but they said that it is going to have higher raw bandwidth than any solid state drive available for PC.
Interesting.
With their whole cloud concept too, I think they're going to try to. I don't see them putting a huge solid state drive in that. Expensive.
Well, for
two, they want to go all cloud.
Well, no, they're still doing disk-based systems, so you still need a big enough storage for that.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I'm thinking about a terabyte.
That's what I was going to guess.
Yeah, I would say that too.
To put into perspective how fast the solid state is, they showed off a scene from Spider-Man on PS4 Pro and this new dev kit. They did a fast travel. So they did fast travel from one point to another. On the PS4 Pro, it took about 15 seconds. On the dev kit for PlayStation 5, it took 0.08 seconds.
Yeah, they were saying
that's real fast.
The time you literally click the game to when you're in the game was unheard of. There is no loading. You literally want to play the game, you click it. You literally click the game and boom, you're in.
Man,
I'm not going to be able to read all those cool little tips they give you in the loading screens anymore.
One of the best things ever, one of the best loading screens, I would say, is in Metal Gear Solid 4, the Guns of the Patriots. When you're installing that game onto your PS3, it's just the entire time of old Solid Snake just smoking a cigarette and just saying different tips. One of the tips is smoking is bad for your health.
That's funny.
Let's see here. It's also going to support 8K resolution.
Yep. For the one TV that's 8K.
Two TVs. There's a Samsung and there's a Sony, motherfucker.
Okay, sorry. For the two TVs that currently support 8K.
Yeah.
That's it.
But hey, it's future-proofing yourself.
Yeah. It's going to be the first technology to release that will play 8K content, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
so I mean, kind of gets you ready for when no one buys an 8K TV. because it's too expensive. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, working in TVs as long as I have, it's
look how long it took 4K to come around.
But then look at how quick it became to be adapted and improved on.
Yeah, it took
forever. It took forever from like 1080p to be a big thing to 4K being a big thing, and then once 4K hit the ground running, it's huge. It became super quick. You know, there's the buzzwords about, you know, HDR and all this kind of stuff. That came like within a year. Every fucking TV supported HDR.
I still remember when 4K came out. I was in South Carolina. We had this amazing TV. It was a Panasonic. Stunning. Panasonic had the best #1 4K TV. The cheapest one was $4,500. It was state-of-the-art technology. How many people were like, no, it's not going to last, bro. No, it's garbage. People did buy it, though.
Next week, we're putting up the 82-inch Samsung 8K at the store.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how fast 8K becomes the norm, because it took a good, probably, because it was released 6 years ago, 4K was, and probably took a good 3 years for it to become
here in the US, though. You got to think, true. Sony is a Japanese company. 4K is basically standard there.
Yeah, that's true. Because you were at Best Buy, Schroeder, right? When the 4K TVs were.
I remember when 1080 started.
Yep. Yep. No, I remember all that.
TV still, the regular broadcasting channels still don't produce 1080.
And not all of them, which is stupid. I remember when I had a tube TV.
Me too.
And it was pissing me off because ESPN was in a 16:9, and so on a tube TV, 16:9 looks like fucking garbage, and it shrunk.
Well, Spectrum up here still has 2 channels. They have their standard def and high def for every channel.
It's fucking stupid.
Or for most channels. It's weird.
But yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take 8K a long time, because the biggest part, the price, because they had the 3D.
Yeah.
They built that in, which 3D isn't a thing anymore. They had the 3D, they had the 4K, all that stuff, and the price was just too expensive. Then that's why Panasonic went under, because they spent all their money.
In the US.
Yeah, they spent all their money on developing the stuff over here, and no one gave 2 shits about it.
Well, look at how cheap 4K is nowadays. You could buy like a 55-inch 4K TV at Best Buy for like $250.
$400? Yeah, it's super cheap.
Yeah.
Or like for like a 43-inch is like $250. You can go to Walmart and buy like a Philips 4K TV, 55-inch for like $300. You know?
Damn.
So 4K kind of like way quicker than 1080p did from like 720p.
Oh yeah, it took off fast once they knew how to make it super cheap.
Yeah.
And they took out the fucking 3D capability that everyone just used as nostalgia. I got 3D, check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
It's just a gimmick.
What else have they got?
It's not coming out this year. It's coming out next year, most likely. They're probably going to have more to talk about it in June, when E3 week is going on, when they have their state of play for that.
Do you have the games, or do you want me to kind of go over the games?
Oh, I have a link right here for the games. I can go there real quick. Because now I have 16 gigabytes of RAM in my computer.
What?
A whopping 16 gigs.
You can actually do stuff with it now?
I know. Before,
I'm so happy for you.
Before, when I would open up like releases.com, it would just destroy my system while I was streaming. So now I have it up right now. I could pull it up instantly like that. So what's the date today? It is the 21st. Tomorrow, well, it's actually the 22nd, I guess. Juniper Mars comes out on PS4. That's no one cares about that. On Tuesday, the 23rd, we have We have 2 big releases: Mortal Kombat 11 on the PS4 and PC, and then Dragon's Dogma: Dark Arisen coming out on the Switch. Dragon's Dogma is fantastic. Anyone who hasn't played it should play it. It's out on literally everything now. So play it, goddammit.
Days Gone's not till the end of the week, never mind.
Yeah. We have
Mortal Kombat looks pretty fun. I got a buddy that is like pro level status with those type of games.
Those games are crazy.
He's like super excited about it.
The fatalities and shit in that, where they fucking split your skull open and they stomp.
So violent.
It looks
like they rip your spine out and they stomp on it.
Yeah, it looks a lot of fun. Like I haven't been big into Mortal Kombat since I would say MK. I used to be really good when I was younger at MK3.
Ronda Rousey's the voice of one of them.
Yeah. The trailer looked really good. I watched the trailer not too long ago. The really good trailer.
I've seen like 4 trailers for it so far.
Yeah, and they're all
great.
Pretty good. Let's see here. Coming out on the 26th, which is Friday, we have Super Street, the game, coming out on the Switch. Box Boy and Box Girl coming out on the Switch. And the big one, Mario Chronicles Hyper on the Switch. Oh, and Days Gone comes out as well, but no one cares about that.
Sounds like one of your animes.
Yeah, it is very anime.
And the Avengers Endgame.
Like I said, the only thing that people care about is Mario Chronicles Hyper.
So I just found something about the potential games coming out for the PS5.
Days Gone? Not Days Gone.
No, Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2, Death Stranding.
Gran Turismo VR. So the next Gran Turismo game with VR support, which would be pretty freaking badass. Well, see how that goes.
Gran Turismo Sport has VR capabilities, and it's actually pretty cool.
PUBG will be free to play, as well as it will be 4K remastered.
Nice.
Ghost of
Tsushima.
Tsushima? I don't know what that is.
It is a game by, Sucker Punch. The people that made the Sly Cooper games and the Infamous games.
Battlefield Bad Company 3.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is.
Ooh, I like the Battlefield Bad Company. I like the Bad Company games.
I've heard of them, but I've never played them. An RPG, Harry Potter.
An RPG version?
Yeah,
it's gonna basically be Skyrim, just reskin.
Pretty much. It's supposed to be a huge open world Harry.
Yeah, but is Dumbledore going to eat someone's asshole out? That's all that I care about.
I don't know, maybe. But I don't know if you'll play as Harry Potter or if you'll play.
That was the most dismissed way of. Maybe.
I don't know if you'll play as Harry Potter himself or if you create your own.
Okay, so I guess we could talk about this. What are some things you would want to see, like, games wise, come out for the PS5?
I don't know. There's a lot. Supposedly GTA 6.
Do you think the Final Fantasy VII remake is going to come out on PS5?
Yes, it has to.
It doesn't have to. They've been working on it for like 20 years.
I think a new Kingdom Hearts will come out.
Oh yeah.
A new Kingdom Hearts will come out. Final Fantasy VII, however they play it, it's going to be in parts. Part 1 has to come out for the PS5 because they scrapped it and they redid it because they want it to be the best, like, graphical game ever. So we'll see.
I don't know, man.
Assassin's Creed 5 instead of the spin-offs.
Well, but it wouldn't be Assassin's Creed 5 because Origins and Odyssey are mainline games. So this would be Assassin's Creed 7.
Yeah, but they're not numbers though. That's the. Can you really consider them 6 and 7 without actually being called 6 and 7? But look out at the other ones that came out between 3 and 4.
Well, yeah, you had between
Unity, you had all that stuff.
Unity and but I mean, still though, I mean, like, that would be weird just because. So Assassin's Creed's weird because it is following Desmond throughout the story.
So 5.
I could see like 5 being again Desmond's ancestors.
It would be more towards now, because Assassin's Creed 4 was the pirates and the English, like Pirates of the Caribbean shit. So whatever time frame that is, what was like the 1300s or something
like that,
1400s. Whenever Pirates of the Caribbean took place, so it had to be after that. So like, what huge historical event happened between that and the wars?
Well, you can't do the Revolutionary War like the 1700s, because Assassin's Creed 3 did that already.
Yeah. You can't
do London because they already did that
with Unity.
with Syndicate.
Syndicate. And then Unity is Paris.
Can't do the French Revolution because that's in Paris, because that's already done in Unity.
Yep.
You're kind of fucked.
Something in China? The Great Wall type concept?
Well, they did that with one of them already, with one of the side-scrollers.
Yeah, that's true.
That came out in between Unity and Syndicate.
You can't do Egypt. That's
Origins.
You can't do
Ancient Greece. That's in Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Can't do Rome because that was in the 2 trilogy.
Yep.
Have they done like a 19 like?
They haven't done anything in the 1900s. It's all been
like something steampunk flavored.
I
guess you could technically become part of the World Wars. I don't know.
But that would be weird,
progress the game that much where you become part of World War I?
That would be weird, though, because it is about assassinations. Like, being an assassin.
Help George Washington in the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Franz Ferdinand, it could be like the assassination of him.
True. Yeah, I could see that.
Or you progress to like Abraham Lincoln times, past George Washington times, so you don't like progress super far into the future.
It's like Red Dead Redemption, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could do
that is Red Dead Redemption, so you really can't do that.
Yeah, I guess you could do things like, the expansion out west, as like maybe a Native American or something.
Yeah, but that's also number 3. You're Native American.
Well, the Native American was during 1776.
Yeah, that's true.
That was during the Revolutionary War.
And you can't really do much of, I don't know how you really play into the Western side of it, because how would Rockstar feel about that?
They don't. It doesn't matter. Ubisoft's just as big as Take-Two, so that doesn't.
You do the Civil War, the fight against slavery, separate war. It's not the Revolutionary War with George Washington. Now you have the Civil War. You're fighting against the Confederacy.
What about something like Ancient Aztecs? Because they haven't done South America.
Yeah.
Or what if, they could do that, or like maybe Russia. No, they did Russia before, I thought. Yeah, I mean, like, you could do Aztecs.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's going back there. But you can't. That doesn't really go into the. It doesn't follow the flow of the other ones. So it has to go back to an origin story.
They kind of stopped that.
Yeah, that's true.
They kind of stopped that
because they were going from like 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 was the Renaissance. 3 was the Revolutionary War. 4 was pirates.
Yeah, but then the like origins and stuff took place before all that.
Predated everything else, so I guess it doesn't really make a difference what direction they go into it now.
Well, I mean, not necessarily the Renaissance, because like you gotta think like 1400s, like Aztecs. Maybe when maybe you meet up with Christopher Columbus,
right? Or what was his name? Marco Polo.
Yeah, Marco Polo. Yeah, so I think that would be cool.
The Mongolians, have they done anything with like?
Yes, they have with China.
Okay.
What about they haven't done like a Viking thing?
No,
they
haven't.
Do Vikings though with Assassin's Creed?
They could.
Yeah, that's pushing it back pretty far though.
They could. I could see it happening.
How do you have a Viking assassin?
Well, how do you have a Greek assassin?
He comes in screaming.
Yeah, how do you have a Spartan assassin though?
Sneak attack.
How do you have a Roman assassin?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
because they can't.
I guess the time period doesn't really matter a whole lot. It's more of like just being in that time period, enjoying the story.
Yeah. Yeah, because they kind of went all over with different, especially with the new ones, because have the timelines predated, because it was like 1100, 1200, 1700, and then like So there was huge gaps.
Yeah.
Between the Altair timeline and then what you had in the other one. So do Star Wars, just go in space.
Yeah, just go in futuristic Assassin's Creed. That actually would be pretty rad.
That would be neat.
So the open world space Assassins game.
That I ain't gonna lie, that would be pretty rad.
Because they can't really go back in history because you have the Egyptians, you have the Greeks, all that predated like Jesus and all that stuff. Well, kind of.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, like that stuff. Well, the Romans know because you're searching for the apple of Eden. You have to kill the Pope.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, the Pope is
kind of brutal.
He's the games are. They're very intricate though.
Mm-hmm.
Like in terms of the references they make.
They put a lot of time into it.
Yeah, the historical accuracy not so much. Like I fought along George Washington, and George Washington sends me on a mission to go kill somebody, so I do. Obviously that doesn't happen. Things like that, but
hey man, you don't know.
Or Leonardo da Vinci makes me a flying suit.
Yes.
Soar above all of Rome, to basically assassinate somebody. But they use a lot of historical figures and stuff. So those games that's why it's one of my favorite games.
Let me tell you, I know a lot of people. I didn't play any of the Assassin's Creed 2 trilogy, but they were like, yeah, I learned a lot of Italian because of Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah. Just go back to the beginning of time and dinosaurs. You're the reason why the dinosaurs died. You assassinated them all.
well, okay, all right, hold on.
Assassinated all of the dinosaurs.
Hold on, wait, because Ubisoft already did that with Far Cry because they made Far Cry Primal.
Oh yeah.
So you can't really do that either.
Well, you weren't really assassinating the dinosaurs though.
You were fucking you were throwing spears at the dinosaurs. So
I want to assassinate a dinosaur.
Just have your hidden blades. Well,
oh, that's amazing.
All right, so no, because that can't really happen because it's all about the Knights Templar.
Yeah, that's true.
But I guess they threw that away because the Knights Templar doesn't have anything to do with Origins or Odyssey.
No, you're just a straight assassin.
Yeah, you're just a straight. Well, you're not even a straight assassin because in Origins or Odyssey. You're just a fucking dude.
Yeah. In Origins, you're hired by Cleopatra to assassinate people. So it's just like you walk up to her and she was like, "I will have sex with anybody. Just know you're gonna die tomorrow." And everyone's like, "Yeah,
that sounds amazing."
Fuck it, I'll die for that. I'll die for that, poon.
And then she's like, "Hey, I need you to do some missions." Like, okay. Completely unrelated.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, those games are like they're fun. They're different. Gotta incorporate that in the GTA 5.
What, assassinations?
That action?
Yeah.
They did that with San Andreas.
Did they?
Yeah, there was that whole mission where you're sneaking around in that one dude's mansion, and you had to just stabby people.
Oh, San Andreas. That's a good one.
San Andreas is good. But yeah, that's it for the PS5.
Yeah, that's all I got as well. You guys, anything else?
Shit's got me sold day one already. So I'm gonna buy it day one. I might buy an Xbox One, an Xbox 2 when it comes out too.
I'll see if my wife lets me. So go from there.
See, when the PS4 came out, I became the trendsetter of my friends. Everyone went with the PlayStation because I had a PlayStation. I bought my PlayStation.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. I had a PlayStation 4 on day one. So all my friends, they kind of gravitated towards the PlayStation 4 because I had it. So I feel like I'm going to be that trendsetter again.
Why not?
Yeah, hell. Well.
Good shit.
You guys have any questions from the audience?
No, I'm not streaming because my shit failed.
Well,
my shit failed.
Or yeah, Schroeder. Questions for the
Pretty
audience?
quiet show tonight.
Yeah, same here.
I think it's because it's Easter.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
But we'll get the views. That's all that matters. And she said expect to be featured in July.
Ooh,
lady. So.
Ooh.
All right.
So it's for an entire week.
Staying awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty epic. For myself though, I don't have much. Obviously, let me know if you guys do. Then not Captain America. Oh, speaking of Captain America, I did get on Facebook that he was my twin. So I was super happy about that. I was like, anyway, I got this Captain America shield for a reason. If you guys see the Marvel Endgame Avengers, I can't talk. Let me know and we'll discuss it. Spoilers are welcome. If you didn't see it, we won't talk about it. So I guess we'll discuss that when we start next week's podcast. So
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
When does it come out again? Thursday.
Thursday, like at 5 p.m. and then obviously the weekend. But midnight release isn't a thing anymore. No. It's now starts at 5 p.m. the day before, which is stupid.
It is very stupid.
They expect this movie to break every box office record known to man.
They probably will.
Nicole says she's not going. She's like, she's not breaking any box office record.
Nothing to do with that.
It's like, it's not going to be me. But, so I got nothing else. That was a very informative podcast, I think.
All right, guys, what's coming out for Shorter? What are you streaming? What's coming out?
You already know what I'm doing. I'm going to keep working on this server until it's done. We have our Thursday night brawler session that the whole wide world's invited to, so you guys can come and join us. We typically get around like 6 or 7 people playing, so we still have room for up to 12.
Nice.
Hey, that's most of the server right there. 6 or 7.
Yeah. And it's funny because like last week I was working on the server and I'm like, I don't want to get off. I want to keep playing my game or working on this. And then I jumped in and I'm like, all right, I'll play like 20 minutes. And that turned into
3 hours.
Yeah, it really was like 3 hours. Yeah. It was always time.
It's always how it ends up.
Yep.
Always how it ends up.
So I'll probably be, there's a Thursday night and then, I don't know. It just depends on how much we can get done over the course of the week. I might do what you guys suggested. I'm going to play around with the idea of streaming the mod editing. Maybe I'll put like a 1950s movie in the background or something.
There you go.
You know,
something copyright free.
Yeah, exactly. Something copyright free that I can just kind of have playing on the side while there's like another screen of the editing stuff going on.
And then you can ask questions too, like, "Hey guys, what do you want to like?" And then ask have a Q&A, like, "What are you trying to see here? What do you guys think of this? What do you think of this?" They don't have to see the screen, but you can just talk them through what you're doing. So,
yeah.
Where can they find you, Mr. Jeff?
Twitch.tv/Splash Screen Gaming, YouTube. I'm on that as well. Splash Screen Gaming. I don't really check it, but I'm so trying to get better at it. All the other social medias: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Actually, during the show here, I was editing some of the cover art and stuff for the Level Unlocked, like the videos I have.
Nice.
So just kind of one baby step at a time.
Yep.
I'm just like, buddy, I'm on the push.
What about you, Mr. James?
I guess might play some more World War Z with you guys one of these days this week. I'm going to start probably working on my review of one of the JoJo games, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure games, so you can see me stream that only on Twitch. Yeah, that's really it. We got some Yakuza coming out Wednesday, more Yakuza. We got some Resident Evil coming out on Friday and Saturday, and hopefully we can start recording on our Samurai Warriors Let's Play, me and Mitchell, on YouTube for next week. And you can find me at People8 Studios on both Twitch and YouTube, and then at People810 on Twitter.
Nicole wanted me to tell you guys to watch Criminal Minds if you haven't seen it already.
It's not bad.
That's what she's watching.
Okay.
And then for myself, obviously, whenever Shrodes releases that, I do want to play that just because I haven't actually played it yet. So I definitely want to get into that. Obviously, World War Z, play that. I want to get going on that, try to die less.
No, we're not going to die less, so we're going to die more.
Oh, no. And I don't want